Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Game day at the WFNZ Jack Daniels Doghouse is always the place to be. Head to Minton Moorhead before and after every home game this fall and tailgate right across the street from the stadium while the boys broadcast the countdown to kickoff from the Audi Charlotte studio.
And while you're there, make sure to get your JJ's Red Hots and Pepsi products to fuel up for the game.
The Jack Daniels Doghouse is open each and every game day, and we want to party with you courtesy of Sports Radio 92.7 WFNZ.
The official home of the Charlotte Sports Band.
This is the home of the National Football League on Westwood One.
WFNZ FM Harrisburg and WLNK HD3 Charlotte. This is a special presentation from Sports Radio WFNZ Charlotte, Radio 1, and the Charlotte Hornets.
LaMelo Ball can do no wrong right now.
And brought to you by Novant Health, the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Hornets.
Kemba with the ball. Hornets down by one. Walker through his screen. Down the lane. Turns into the paint. Puts the shot up. Yeah!
Top of the circle to Miller. Catch and shoot three on the way. Yes, sir! Welcome to the NBA. Brandon Miller, the first of many here in the Queen City.
Here's the voice of the Hornets, Sam Farber.
The Hornets are north of the border tonight. They'll take on the Toronto Raptors in a key early season Eastern Conference clash. Hi, everybody. Sam Farber here with you. We're inside Scotiabank Arena, home of the 10-15 Toronto Raptors and host to your 7-17 Charlotte Hornets. Both sides are certainly in desperate need of a victory. Hornets have lost 4 in a row, 6 of their last 7. The only win in that stretch was over these Toronto Raptors, who have also been struggling. They have won just twice since Black Friday. A 2-7 record in that span of time. They are still clinging to a top 10 position in the Eastern Conference, but certainly Charlotte can make some inroads on climbing back in towards the playoff picture with a victory here tonight. It won't be easy, as has been well documented. The Hornets have been in quite the lurch when it comes to the injury and absence situation, and it did not get any better in the last 48 hours. Let's check out the inactive report brought to you by Novant Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, keeping athletes in motion. Gordon Hayward is out for the second consecutive game with a virus. We'll hope for him to make a return when he goes back to his home state of Indiana for the Hornets' next contest. Mark Williams still out with a back injury. Miles Bridges and Nathan Mensah are both out tonight due to personal reasons. LaMelo Ball is going to miss his 10th straight game with a right ankle sprain. And then Cody Martin and Frank Ntilikina still rehabbing their way back from their longer-term injuries. For the Toronto Raptors, it's a short list. Christian Koloko, the backup center, who has not played at all this season. He is the only player on the injury report right now for Toronto. They actually have to pick from their two-way players who's not going to dress for the games. That's how healthy they are. That's quite frankly how healthy Philadelphia was. The silver linings is Toronto, despite the good health, has not performed very well. Charlotte, we know why the record is where it is. It's because of the injuries, and the hope is that this team, once they return to full strength, will be able to make a run up the standings totem pole. Coming up next, we'll have starting lineups and the start of tonight's game from Scotiabank Arena here in Toronto, Canada. That does it for our Bet365 pregame show. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, nothing is ordinary with Bet365, official partner of the Charlotte Hornets. It's the Hornets and the Raptors next on 92.7 Sports Radio WFNZ and the Hornets Radio Network.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch. Only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Attention, if you owe money to the IRS, they're cracking down by garnishing paychecks and seizing assets. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. Call Optima Tax Relief. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, a special IRS program that could save you thousands if you qualify. Optima's resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and will fight to get you the best deal possible. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-928-0199. 800-928-0199.
Optima Tax Relief.
For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
To inspire a giving culture in our region. This is Executive Director Betsy Mack-Rinke inviting you to learn how you can make an impact. Through our Swarm to Serve initiative, the Charlotte Hornets Foundation focuses on education, hunger, military care, and wellness programs. To learn more about how you can help the Charlotte Hornets Foundation and your fellow neighbor, please visit hornets.com/foundation today.
Buzz City, it's time to bring the Hive alive once again. Tickets are now on sale for all home games this season, as well as select season ticket packages for the 2023-2024 season. Be here when your Hornets finally return home on Saturday, December 23rd to take on Nikola Jokic and the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets. Tip time for this holiday hoopla showdown presented by Lowe's Home Improvement is set for 7 p.m. Secure your seats now at Hornets.com or through the Hornets mobile app.
I'm Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward on the leak out, up with a right-hand lay, and yes, counted and a foul.
And you're listening to Hornets basketball on the Hornets Radio Network.
Hornets taking on the Toronto Raptors tonight here north of the border. We're live from Scotiabank Arena, where Toronto's been a strong team so far this year, at least stronger. They're a 500 squad, 7-7, just 3-8 when they played inside the contiguous United States. Raptors, a squad that has been, for the most part, healthy all season long, so really there is not a whole lot of explanation for why they are not higher up in the standings, other than they're just maybe not quite good enough to be at that spot. For Charlotte, it is a different set of circumstances. Absences have hit this team hard throughout the campaign. There really has not been a single game where the Hornets have not had a significant absence in the last 2 seasons, and so we very optimistically await the day that we don't have a long injury report to record for you. But hopefully, once the Hornets are healthy, we can see exactly what we have here for the Charlotte Hornets. In the here and now, it's a shorthanded team, but one that does have a win already this season over this Raptors squad, and it's a team that has a shooting ability that, quite frankly, is stronger than what Toronto has shown so far this season. So we'll see who shoots their way to a victory here tonight. Let's get the starting lineups. We'll begin with the Raptors, as announced by their new head coach, Darko Rajakovic. He's in his first season, 10-15. Obviously, his record, 9 seasons as an assistant in the National Basketball Association. Leading things off, it's Scotty Barnes, 20 points, almost 9 rebounds per game. Barnes had a season-high 31-point performance as part of a triple-double in Charlotte 10 days ago, but it did come in a Raptors loss. Pascal Siakam is the other superstar on their side. He is averaging 20 points per game as well and shooting 50% from the floor, still struggling, though, from beyond the arc. At the center position, it's Jakob Poeltl. He is second in the NBA in field goal percentage. Just started off a new 4-year contract, but quite frankly, the offensive and overall numbers in terms of the counting stats are not as strong as you might expect for a player of his reputation. OG Anunoby, 7th year out of Indiana, is in the starting lineup. averaging 15 points per game and shooting 39% from three. He is the best shooter on that side and by far. Then there's finally the point guard, Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder is top 15 in the NBA in assists, just under 7 per night. He's averaging 15 points per game, his 11th season from Germany. Barnes, Siakam, Pirtle, Anunoby, and Schroeder. Starting lineup for the 10 and 15 Toronto Raptors. They are currently in a tie for 10th place in the Eastern Conference. Charlotte is in 13th. They are still what I would consider to be in that group that's playing at this point for the 10th spot, but they're in danger of slipping out, losing some traction with the other players in that group. A win tonight would certainly go a long way. Let's get the starting lineup for the shorthanded Charlotte Hornets as announced by head coach Steve Clifford.
Terry Rozier III, Youngstown, Ohio, University of Louisville.
Brandon Miller, University of Alabama.
Bryce McGowens, University of Nebraska, Piedmont, South Carolina.
PJ Washington, University of Kentucky.
Nick Richards, Kingston, Jamaica, University of Kentucky.
There you have it, starting lineup for your Charlotte Hornets. McGowens, Washington, Richards, Miller, and Rozier. Hornets still very much shorthanded. Good to see P.J. Washington back in the fold. He only played 4 minutes a couple of games ago and then had to sit for a couple of games with the shoulder injury, but he is good to go tonight. Should add some additional depth to this Hornets roster, just having him available for this one. Let's take a look at our UNC Charlotte players to watch. They're brought to you by UNC Charlotte School of Data Science. For the Hornets, we've got Brandon Miller circled. The rookie has had 10 consecutive games with multiple made threes, 12 straight games with at least one. He's performing at a really high level. I don't know why more of the experts or so-called experts in the league are not giving this guy more respect and more due, but he has been exceptional at times with his consistency and his steadiness, and it's stunning to me that he's not getting more credit from the rest of the league, but that's just one man's opinion. He'll be one of our players to watch tonight. On the other side, it's a former Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, that we're looking at. Barnes is averaging 20 points and just under 9 rebounds per game. Does a lot of good things on both sides of the floor. He's top 10 in steals, top 20 in blocks. A lot of length, good wing player. Still developing from three, but much improved. Should be a good player to watch for Toronto. Raptors are in their white uniforms. The arrow pointed north in red with white letters on the inside. White numbers on the back. Hornets are wearing their teal Icon Edition uniforms. Hornets written in white across the chest with white double pinstripes, white letters and numbers from the back. We're ready to go. Ball is up. Tip is won by Toronto. Dennis Schroeder will bring it up right to left across the radio dial, and they'll have it first in the fourth and final quarter as well. Schroeder pick and roll with Scotty Barnes. Rushes into the lane, throws to the sideline, and it's on to the bench. Caught by the great Del Curry. Turnover by the Raptors. Curry, a former Raptor, not currently on the team. I checked. Suit was kind of a giveaway. So the Raptors turn it over on their initial possession, and Terry Rozier will take point guard duties. Shovel pass off to Brandon Miller. Into the high blocks. It's P.J. Washington, hands it back to Miller. Miller into the paint. Miller keeps the pivot foot down. Pivots, sends it over to McGowens. Bryce McGowens, kick out. Brandon Miller run off the three-point line. Mid-range two on the way. It's good. Brandon Miller knocks down the first shot of the day, and the Hornets lead it 2-0. Dennis Schroeder up the right side. Hands it off, Scotty Barnes over to OG Anunoby. Schroeder now to the high post. Pirtle to a back cut for Schroeder, and it's tapped away and stolen by Terry Rozier. Rozier over to Brandon Miller on the right side, one-on-one with Barnes. It's nice when our players to watch square off against one another. Rozier, pick to his left, he'll use it. Terry, probing the paint, now back out to P.J. Washington, lob back to Terry. 9 on the shot clock, he'll set up for three, it's good. Terry Rozier ripped the net cord, drilling another Lowe's three-point shot, and the Hornets are off to a fast start here, up 5-0. Scotty Barnes, left side, Brandon Miller defending. Barnes to his right, picked up by P.J. Washington off the screen. Barnes to the high post, it's Pirtle. Pirtle on the handoff. Pirtle back to the corner. Barnes over the top for Anunoby, run off the line. He'll go baseline, kicks it up top. Siakam to Scotty Barnes, three on the way, yes. Scotty Barnes, a much improved three-point shooter, 38% from three. So far in this, his third NBA season. Nick Richards flips it over to Terry Rozier inside the paint. Kicks to P.J. Washington. P.J. into the lane, up with the right hand. Contact, no call. Rebound tipped up, controlled by Nick Richards. Layup, no, but he's fouled. Nick Richards will go to the line and shoot two. Our officials tonight, as announced by the National Basketball Association, as judge, jury, and foul distributors, John Butler in his 5th season, Jason Goebel is 8th, and the crew chief is Rodney Mott, 26th season. All told, 39 seasons and over 1,900 games of NBA officiating experience. Jakob Poeltl picks up his first personal. Richards hits the first free throw. Nick has now made 22 of his last 24 free throws in his last 10 games. Unfortunately, Charlotte's record 1-9 in that stretch, but not because of a lack of free throw accuracy from the Hornets at times starting center. This one rims in, so Richards goes 2 for 2, and the Hornets lead it 7-3. Schroeder on the left side. Sends it to Anunoby on the wing. Anunoby defended by Bryce McGowens. Puts it on the deck, bumps off McGowens. Fall away, baseline jumper, no. Rebound, P.J. Washington off the tap from Nick Richards. It's a good start on both sides of the floor. Terry Rozier weaving his way into the lane. Picks up the pivot, throws it over to McGowens. McGowens to P.J. Washington. Washington trying to tip it back to McGowens, and it goes out and into the Raptors broadcast area. I'll say this, not as solid of a catch as Del Capinacci. The broadcast teams are 2 for 2 today. Turnover back to Toronto. Barnes with it on top. Barnes dribbling in on Brandon Miller. Hands it off in the weave to Anunoby. Anunoby pivots. Lefty lay-in is good. OG Anunoby put Bryce McGowens on skates there. And it's now a 2-point game, 7-5. Charlotte leading Toronto. Brandon Miller in the corner. Keeps the dribble with the left hand. Dribbles it over towards Terry Rozier, hands it off to the point guard. Rozier, crossover into the paint against Scotty Barnes. Up at the fall away, and it's blocked. Scotty Barnes has this block and the recovery. Gives it up to Siakam, who's up for the lay-in. Pascal Siakam ties the game at 7. Block, a recovery by Barnes. Setting up Siakam for the easy pair. Charlotte and Toronto tied at 7. McGowens the drive up with the right hand, short on the lay-in. Rebounded by Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl sends it over to Schroeder. Schroeder around the Poeltl screen, lost the handle, recovery, Bryce McGowens. McGowens going to drive the lane. McGowens goes up for the right-handed lay-in. Oh, he just missed it. He was one-on-one with the basket and maybe intimidated a little bit by Scotty Barnes. Now on the other side, Poeltl with the odd man rush, and he'll finish it. Poeltl throws it down, and it's now 9-7 in favor of Toronto. First lead of the contest. Terry Rozier to his right. Rozier goes up top. Brandon Miller steps to his left. Mid-range jumper off the back iron. Rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Barnes over to Schroeder. Schroeder, 11-year vet from Germany, sends to Siakam. Siakam back to Schroeder. Schroeder calls for a screen. No, he's trying to set up Poeltl. Poeltl hands it off on Anunoby. Anunoby back to Poeltl, lost the handle. Recovery, Nick Richards. Hornets get another steal. Terry Rozier, one-on-one with Poeltl. He'll fire for 3, in and out. Rebound goes to OG Anunoby. 9-7, Raptors lead it. 7:23 left in the first quarter. Barnes for 3 off the front iron. The rebound recovered by Brandon Miller. Good stretch to get it. Brandon Miller trying to get downhill. Kicks to the corner. Richards, one more. McGowens, wing 3. Yes, sir. Bryce McGowens drilling a Lowe's 3-point shot. He's shooting just under 40% from 3 here in his sophomore season in the NBA. And the Hornets are back on top. It's 10-9. Siakam to Schroeder. Schroeder around the Poeltl screen. Drops it off for Poeltl. Poked away by P.J. Washington. Recovery, Terry Rozier. Hornets on the run out. Rozier into the paint. Goes up. Left-hand lay-in is good. Terry Rozier floats it in. And the Hornets now lead it 12-9. Off to a good start here north of the border against the Raptors. Charlotte 12, Toronto 9, 6:48 left in the first quarter on 92.7 Sports Radio, WFNZ, and the Hornets Radio Network.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream. Get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, including advanced Wi-Fi, and 1 unlimited mobile line free for 12 months. And when you add Spectrum TV, get a Zumo Stream Box free for 12 months. Spectrum One Stream. It's streaming simplified. Visit Spectrum.com for details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
We know there's only one team you want to watch, and Bally Sports is the place to get your Hornets. Experience the comebacks, the buzzer beaters, yes! The can't-miss moments. Live, Bally Sports keeps the buzz going before and after the game, too, with Ashley, Terrence, Eric, and Dell on Hornets Live. Watch Hornets basketball all season long on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app. Bally Sports, home of the only team you want to watch.
Where are my basketball fans at? Welcome to Fandom 101. The madness is upon us. When the biggest ballers in the land take the court, we need you loud, proud, and live cheering them on. The NCAA Division I men's basketball first and second rounds, March 21st and 23rd in Charlotte. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVP tickets. Class dismissed.
My aunt told me a story about how she went to Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose, and Throat Associates when she broke her nose as a teenager. I was feeling a little self-conscious about my own nose, but I knew just who to see.
CENTA has provided a century of care in the Carolinas, and our treatment options continue to evolve. Look and feel your best with cosmetic and functional procedures performed by CENTA's award-winning facial plastic surgeons. Schedule an appointment online at ceenta.com/appointments.
Tonight's first quarter is presented by Dunkin'. Hornets fans, it's always game on with Dunkin', which is why grabbing a coffee is the most important game day ritual. Because the best call for basketball is Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. Here's the voice of the Hornets, Sam Farber.
Hornets with a 3-point lead here over the Raptors. 6:48 left in the first quarter, and it's time for tonight's nugget of the game, presented by Chick-fil-A, the exclusive chicken sandwich and chicken nugget sponsor of the Charlotte Hornets. Terry Rozier off to a good start, 5 points early. He came into the night 26 points back of Glenn Rice for the 5th most points in Charlotte franchise history. Terry currently has 5,630, 21 to go to move into the top 5 in Hornets history. That's your nugget of the game, brought to you by Chick-fil-A, the exclusive chicken sandwich and chicken nugget sponsor of the Charlotte Hornets. It's Raptors ball out of the timeout. Starters, not quite starters on the floor right now. Charlotte has subbed out P.J. Washington. J.T. Thor checks in. Anunoby passes to Gary Trent Jr., who's in for the Raptors. Back outside, Anunoby up for 3. No, rebounded by Terry Rozier. So solid start here for the Hornets. They're up by 3, chance to build on the margin. Rozier, right side for Thor. Thor to Bryce McGowens. McGowens holding on the wing. Goes to the high post. Richards flips it over to Rozier. Rozier pull up in the lane. Good. That's 7 early here for Terry Rozier. Trying to put the team on his back. Hornets are up 14-9. Trent up to the high post for Pirtle. Spins away from Richards. Hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby fumbles it out of play. It's Hornets ball. Another turnover here by Toronto. And that is their 6th already. Charlotte. See if they can capitalize again. They scored 7 off the first 5 turnovers. So on average, they're getting about a 1.5 per possession game. And it's not going to happen here. Miller's pass intended for McGowan's, picked off by Gary Trent Jr. Goes up and swatted away by Brandon Miller. Oh, he comes up with the soaring block off the backboard. And Charlotte's got it back. Leading by 5, pardon me. Terry Rozier into the lane with a high right-handed lane. It's good for 2. Terry Rozier is absolutely on fire to start. He's got 9 points, 4 of 6 shooting. He's knocked down a 3. He's also added in 3 steals. Hornets by 7. Schroeder posting up Pascal Siakam against Brandon Miller. Siakam goes baseline, goes up. The shot, no good. Rebound. Bryce McGowens tried to bank it from a tougher angle. Hornets to hit it past Nick Richards up and fires it down with authority. That play triggered up the sideline by Terry Rozier. And Nick Richards comes up with the Dr. Pepper dunk, expanding the Hornets' advantage now to 18-9. Timeout taken by Darko Rajakovic and the Toronto Raptors. Hornets up 9 on the Hornets Radio Network.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's Kyle Bailey. Raise your glasses, folks, as Fogel Insurance Group celebrates a milestone 40 years of experience that began in the heart of Charlotte. For 4 incredible decades, Fogel Insurance has honed their expertise to be a guiding light in the local insurance industry. As a proud partner of Auto Owners Insurance, they've built strong relationships with top insurers to bring you the coverage you need to protect what matters most: your home, your business, your future. Call now or visit fogelgroup.com and reminisce about old Charlotte memories. Fogel Insurance Group, your local agency with a mission since 1983 to build relationships, not just policies.
All offers on approved credit. See dealer for details.
You've waited all year, and now is the time for the 2023 year-end sales extravaganza going on now at Victory Chevrolet. Hey, it's Brandon Gandy from Victory Chevy. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year by putting a brand new Chevy or Victory certified pre-owned vehicle in your driveway. Massive discounts on every vehicle on the lot, including brand new Chevrolets like the all-new Silverado with huge discounts and rebates of $10,000 with close to 100 in stock. New Tahoes, new Suburbans, the entire Chevy lineup with discounts up to $10,000. And we have close to 500 Victory certified pre-owned vehicles in stock that have been drastically reduced by thousands for this event. And all it takes is just $19 down to take one home. So go to VictoryChevyCharlotte.com and find your new ride right now during the 2023 year-end sales extravaganza. Then bring your $19 down to the easiest dealership in all of Charlotte to get to, right here on I-45 between exit 12 and 14. Victory Chevrolet, you guys come and see us.
Hornets with an 18-9 lead. They're on a 6-0 run at the moment. Our stat to watch tonight was first quarter scoring. Felt that the Hornets last game against Philadelphia, the injuries were one thing, but the Hornets were in such a deep hole, it became almost impossible to dig out. First quarter is going swimmingly right now for Charlotte. They are up by a margin of 18-9. More subs into the game. Toronto has brought in Malachi Flynn. Charlotte has entered Ish Smith into the contest. So Smith, Thor, McGowens, Richards, and Brandon Miller, the 5 on the floor for Team Teal. Wearing teal tonight against the Raptors in white. Pascal Siakam on the right side. Siakam backing his way in. Pull-up jumper in the lane. No. Rebound, Bryce McGowens. That's another stop. McGowens trying to hand it off to Brandon Miller, and there's going to be an offensive foul here on Charlotte. It's on Bryce McGowens, who seemed to take the worst of it. He gets called for the personal. 4:38 left in the first quarter, which is presented by Dunkin'. Hornets fans, it's always game on with Dunkin', which is why grabbing a coffee is the most important game day ritual. Because the best call for basketball is Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. Raptors ball. Toronto is subbed out. Jakob Poeltl. Precious Achiuwa takes his spot. Malachi Flynn, handoff from Achiuwa. Throws to the left side. Gary Trent Jr. run off the line. Step back mid-range 2 is no good. Rebounded by Brandon Miller. Love the way the Hornets are swarming the glass right now. Miller on the left side. Malachi Flynn next to him. Gives it up to Ish Smith. Up top, JT Thor. Thor swings it back to Smith. Ish Smith, pick and roll with Nick Richards. Ish at the left elbow. Can't pull up for the jumper. Back outside, JT Thor over to Ish Smith. Ish trying to get downhill. Pull up left elbow off the back iron. Rebounded by Malachi Flynn. Flynn the other way. The former San Diego State Aztec. Swing to Achiuwa. Achiuwa, handoff Gary Trent Jr. Trent down to the blocks. It's Achiuwa. Into the body of Brandon Miller. Nick Richards spikes it away. But they're going to say it was on the descent. It is goaltending. And give the bucket to Precious Achiuwa. Achiuwa had a season-high 17 points as well as 10 rebounds in the previous meeting between these two. It was just 10 days ago, a Hornets win, 119-116. So it's 18-11, Charlotte leading. Ish Smith gives it over to Brandon Miller. Miller on the logo, dribbles right. On the screen from Nick Richards, probing the paint. Miller up at the right hand. Push shot is good. Really veteran move there by Brandon Miller to carve out some space with the shoulders. Gets the jumper to go. Miller's got 4 points. Hornets lead is 9. Trent on the left side. 1-on-2. Down to the blocks. It's Achiuwa. Achiuwa slips it underneath for Siakam, who will get the lay-in. Pascal Siakam with 4 points. Charlotte still up a touchdown. 20-13. 3:03 left in the first quarter. Brandon Miller around the Nick Richards screen. Miller at the high post gives to Nick Richards. Handoff is Smith. Smith into the paint. Tries to kick to Thor, who was cutting back door. And goes into the seats. Turnover to Toronto. Subs in, Nick Smith Jr. Our pregame conversation on the Hornets flagship station, 92.7 Sports Radio WFNZ, is checked in. So will P.J. Washington. They'll replace Richards and McGowens. So it's Thor, Miller, Washington, Ish Smith, and Nick Smith out there for Team Teal. Scotty Barnes is back in for the Raptors. Barnes around the Achua screen. Back to Precious Achua. Hands it off to Gary Trent Jr. Smith runs him off the line. Trent up top. Pascal Siakam, jab step. He'll pull up for three. No. Rebound, P.J. Washington. Excellent rebounding so far tonight here for the Hornets. Ish Smith to Brandon Miller. Catch and shoot three on the way. Off to the left. Rebound, Scotty Barnes. Barnes' fourth board of the game. Barnes lob into the paint. Intercepted. P.J. Washington the takeaway. 3-on-2 if they hurry. P.J. trying to get downhill. Flips it over J.T. Thor up for the lay-in. J.T. Thor off an assist from P.J. Washington, who added in the steal. That is turnover number 8 already by the Raptors. Scotty Barnes drives the lane. He goes up, lay-in. No. Rebound by Pascal Siakam. And it'll be interesting to see if they call this on the shot or on the floor. The Hornets have had several of these where they call it on the floor. Siakam, now the officials are talking it over. First, officials said it was on the floor. Oh, and now they flipped it. This is something that's really been a pain for the Hornets because they've had several of these called on their own rebounds and putbacks or their tip slams where they say, oh, it was on the floor, it's not shots. And this one, the initial call was it was on the floor, and now they're going to put it for shots. So there you go. Foul is on Nick Smith Jr., his first. Pascal Siakam at the line. First free throw is up and good. Substitute Terry Rozier is in now for Nick Smith Jr. Hornets fans, Spectrum Center, the premier destination for sports and entertainment of the Carolinas. Do not miss college basketball action when this year's Jumpman Invitational takes place. The men's and women's basketball programs from Florida, North Carolina, Michigan, and Oklahoma are in town tomorrow and Wednesday. For tickets and a list of future events, visit SpectrumCenterCharlotte.com. Both free throws are good for Pascal Siakam. He's got 6. Drive by Terry Rozier, who's just checked in. Hornets swing it all the way around. P.J. Washington. Step back 3 on the way. It's short. Rebounded by Gary Trent Jr. Hornets with a 7-point lead. Minute 45 left in the first quarter. Barnes to the corner. Flynn up for 3. No. Rebound P.J. Washington. P.J. having a nice night here in the starting lineup. On the glass, 3 boards, a couple of assists. Hits Nick Smith Jr. on the left side. Smith, pull up from 15 is good. Nothing but nylon for the rookie out of Arkansas. Nick Smith Jr. makes it a 9-point lead, 24-15. 1:21 left in the first quarter. Scotty Barnes against Terry Rozier, goes behind the back, drives the lane, and a foul's going to be called here on Charlotte. And are they saying he was in the gather? They do. Terry Rozier picks up the personal. That's his first. Back to the stripe. Go the Raptors. Let's pause here. 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Hornets Radio Network.
This is WFNZ-FM Harrisburg and WLNK HD3 Charlotte.
The exclusive home of the Charlotte Hornets.
Scotty Barnes sinks the first of 2 free throws. Hornets lead at 24-16. Raptors have brought in Chris Boucher. Hornets sticking with the Smiths, Nick and Ish, not related. Terry Rozier, J.T. Thor, and P.J. Washington, also not related. Both free throws are good. It's 24-17. Minute 10 left in the first quarter. Hornets on top. Rozier on the right side to P.J. Washington. P.J. lobs to Ish Smith. Ish on the left side around his screen. Trying to roll into the basket against Scotty Barnes. Nearly lost the handle. Got it back 4 on the shot clock. Got to do something. He will pull up. Deep 2. No. Rebound. J.T. Thor rips it away. Lay in good. Counted on a foul. J.T. Thor in there tangling with Boucher and Achua. And Thor rips it away and puts it in for 2. Great start here for J.T. Thor, who really came in struggling. His last 4 games, he was a combined 1 for 14 from the floor, 0 for 8 from 3. He's been driving the lane, getting putbacks here. And now he's got an and 1 opportunity. That was on Precious Achiuwa. The free throw is good, makes the three-point play. Charlotte now with a double-digit advantage. 27-17, 45 seconds left in the opening quarter. Charlotte led the first matchup between these two by 10 back at Spectrum Center. Right now they're in the same situation here in Toronto. Three ball up from Gary Trent Jr. No. Rebound by JT Thor. It's a 9-second game clock, shot clock separation. Hornets, I don't think are going to try and rush anything. Terry Rozier will run the offense. Rozier on the left side. Lob for P.J. Washington. P.J. back to Rozier. Rozier had a three, passed on it over to Nick Smith Jr. He'll fire straight away three. No, left it short. Rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Fifth board for the former Rookie of the Year, Barnes. On the right side. Barnes backing his way in against Nick Smith Jr. No look underneath for Boucher, who will rock the rim. 4 seconds left in the first quarter. And Terry Rozier is going to bring it up the floor. 2 seconds. He'll fire for three. Ooh, a little strong, but it was on target. Hornets will settle for an 8-point advantage this time around at the end of 12 minutes of play. Charlotte 27, Raptors 19. You've been listening to Hornets basketball first quarter action presented by Dunkin'. Hornets fans, it's always game on with Dunkin', which is why grabbing a coffee is the most important game day ritual. Because the best call for basketball is Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. Hornets by 8, second quarter next on the Hornets Radio Network.
Jurassic World Live Tour. 65 million years in the making. See Jurassic World's most iconic dinosaurs. T-Rex, Blue the Raptor, Triceratops, and more roar to life with epic thrills and heart-pounding adventure. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour. Get your tickets today. Playing the Spectrum Center January 5th through 7th. For tickets and show details, visit JurassicWorldLiveTour.com.
You have a job and a paycheck. Sure, that usually works for keeping your finances on track, but there are times when having access to the money you've already worked for can be a game changer. Those in-between times are the ones that can make a big difference in your life. In comes Daily Pay. With Daily Pay, you can access your earned wages when you want them. Daily Pay helps you avoid the inflated costs of a payday loan. Because your hard work happens on the daily, you should be able to reap your rewards on the daily. With Daily Pay, you always get to say how you take on the day. Find out if your company offers Daily Pay. Visit us at get.dailypay.com.
We know there's only one team you want to watch, and Bally Sports is the place to get your Hornets. Experience the comebacks, the buzzer beaters, yes! The can't-miss moments. Live, Bally Sports keeps the buzz going before and after the game, too, with Ashley, Terrence, Eric, and Dell on Hornets Live. Watch Hornets basketball all season long on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app. Bally Sports, home of the only team you want.
Spectrum Center, Charlotte, April 10th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit ajrbrothers.com.
The second quarter is brought to you by Honeywell, the official healthy building partner of the Charlotte Hornets. Here's the voice of the Hornets, Sam Farber.
Hornets lead at 27-19 at the end of 12 minutes. They're going very deep into the bench tonight. Hornets have Nick Smith Jr., P.J. Washington, Brandon Miller, Terry Rozier, and Leaky Black. Rookie out of North Carolina, now the 5 on the floor for Team Teal. They're up by 8. See what they can do here as they'll start the second quarter with the Rock traveling left to right across your radio dial. Rozier throws left side to Brandon Miller. Miller around the P.J. Washington hedge. Miller, top of the circle, puts it on the deck. Trying to drive on Achiuwa. Back outside, Nick Smith Jr. Smith in front of Achiuwa. Pull up from 18. Off the back iron. Rebound, Leaky Black. Black over the top. P.J. Washington for 3. It's good. P.J. Washington drilling another Lowe's three-point shot. Hornets now with their largest lead of the game, sitting at 11, 30-19. Trent driving on the right side. Up with a runner. Rims in for him. Gary Trent Jr. on the board. He did not score in the first meeting between these two teams. Went 0 for 7. Started today 0 for 3. Charlotte, a fumble by Brandon Miller, picked up easily by Schroeder. Schroeder to Trent in transition. Trent, left side, pick and roll with Boucher into the corner, Scotty Barnes. Barnes drives, kicks. Achiuwa trying to spin into the lane. Achiuwa goes up, the rainbow shot, no. Rebound, Scotty Barnes, sends it outside. Nick Smith Jr. running for it. It's picked up by Boucher. Boucher to Achiuwa, throws it to Barnes in the corner. He'll go baseline. Barnes up and under, the lay-in, no, but the push off the backboard for Precious Achiuwa. Precious Achiuwa made it a 7-point game. 4 straight for Toronto. Hornets up 30-23. Leaky Black. PJ Washington. Back to Terry Rozier on the logo. Rozier, pick and roll with PJ. And a foul's going to be called here on Toronto. That's on Dennis Schroeder, his first. Hornets ball on the sideline. 30-23. Leaky Black. An offensive rebound here. Also has an assist. Black. Bounce to Terry. Terry on the right side, one-on-one with Schroeder. 8 on the shot clock, around a picket fence of screens. Pulls up for 3, too strong. Rebound, Scotty Barnes. Barnes up the middle. Driving on Brandon Miller, into the body, goes up, the bank shot, no. Gonna call the foul on Brandon Miller. First personal on Miller. First team foul. Scotty Barnes back to the stripe. He will shoot 2. Marked 5.7 rebounds so far in this one. First free throw is up and good. Hornets fans, don't forget, coverage of your favorite NBA team does not stop after the game. Be sure to check out the Hornets Hivecast, the official podcast of your Charlotte Hornets. Available on iHeart, wherever you get your podcast. Tomorrow, Rob Longo and Sam Purley will have a game review edition of the HHC. And their thoughts and a recap of tonight's contest with the Raptors. Both free throws are good for Barnes. 6 in a row for Toronto. Terry Rozier on the right side, lobs for PJ Washington. Head fakes the 3, now fires, it's short. Rebound, Leaky Black gets to it. Sends it to Brandon Miller, he'll try and go baseline, cut off by Boucher, out to Rozier. Rozier going baseline, up with the right hand, it's spiked by Scotty Barnes, but they're gonna call, no foul, it's just out of play. Hornets ball, 7 on the shot clock. So good job here by Leaky Black. Getting into the fray and picking up a couple of rebounds. Leaky now a career high in boards tonight with 2. Terry Rozier takes the inbounds pass in the corner. 5 on the shot clock, 4. Rozier's got to pivot away from pressure. Fall away jumper, and he's fouled by Chris Boucher. Got him on the arm. And Terry Rozier will go to the line and shoot 2. Chris Boucher overly aggressive with the shot clock winding down. He was smelling a block shot. Terry Rozier instead is going to shoot 2. Rozier, 86% free throw shooter this season. Sinks the first one. First player into double figures is Terry Rozier. Second for Terry. Good. He's got 11. Hornets leading 32-25. Dennis Schroeder will dribble it up for Toronto. Schroeder directing traffic, throws to Precious Achiuwa. Achiuwa hands it off, Scotty Barnes. Back to Achiuwa, back to Barnes. Barnes, right side, spins away from the pressure. Ball is loose. PJ Washington's got the steal, funnels it ahead, looking for Brandon Miller. No, it's going to be Leaky Black with the spike. Leaky Black, an extraordinary power slam with the right hand. That's a Dr. Pepper dunk, and that's the full 2 liters for the rookie out of UNC. Hornets back up by 9, 34-25. Schroeder driving. Schroeder gives it off for Boucher. Boucher lays it up and in. Schroeder got a little too deep into the defense there for the Hornets to have much chance to stop that one. 7-point advantage for Charlotte. Terry Rozier on the left wing behind the line. Looks for Nick Smith Jr. Smith, 8 on the shot clock. Drives to the corner. Brandon Miller can't handle the pass. It's out of play. It's a turnover for Charlotte, their 6th of the game. Rozier on the ball defending Schroeder. Hands him off to Leaky Black. Trent up for 3, yes. Gary Trent Jr. hits the triple. Now a 2-possession game. Hornets by 4. Nick Smith Jr. left side, hands it off to Leaky Black into the corner. Smith, open look at a 3. Oh, it rimmed out on him. Rebounded by Gary Trent Jr. Trent, right side. Hornets by 4. Trent will spot up for 3. No. Rebound, Nick Smith Jr. Good box out there on the long arm, Chris Boucher. Rozier, tempo into the front court. Dribbles through a double team up with the right hand. Oh, he missed the lay-in. Rebound goes to Precious Achiuwa. Achiuwa plows through Brandon Miller. There's no call. Over to Schroeder, who'll spot up for three. No. Rebounded by Achiuwa, and Rozier comes from behind and swats it into the second row. Hornets are asking why there's no foul. Miller was set. He took the contact in the chest. At least there's no penalty with a made shot on the other end. Hornets subs. Ish Smith, Nick Richards, Bryce McGowans are in for the Hornets, joining Brandon Miller and Leaky Black. Down play goes to Schroeder. Hornets by 4. Achiuwa for 3. Excuse me. This is the rim altogether. Good thing the backboard was in the way. Might have hurt somebody. Bryce McGowans on the right side. Drifts to the corner. Shot up from 3. No. Rebound Nick Richards. He goes back up and lays it in. Nick Richards with the offensive putback, and a timeout will be taken here by Toronto as the Hornets have once again expanded this lead to 6. Nick Richards with 6 points tonight, and that's the advantage for Team Teal, 36-30 on top of the Raptors. 7:21 left in the first half on the Hornets Radio Network.
Broken bones, twisted ankles, and sprained wrists can't wait, and neither should you. It's easy to rush to an urgent care clinic or to the ER for quick treatment, but seeking the care of a world-class Novon Health orthopedist is now a slam dunk option with same-day care and next-day appointments. Novon Health has x-rays available on-site as well as in-office bracing and casting to help you get back in the game faster. When an injury happens, trust Novon Health to deliver expert care right away. Visit novonhealth.org/ortho now to learn more.
WWE's Friday Night SmackDown comes to Charlotte Spectrum Center Friday, February 9th, and all your WWE SmackDown superstars are there. Kevin Owens, LA Knight, The Queen, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Bobby Lashley, Street Profits, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and so much more. Friday Night SmackDown, February 9th at Charlotte Spectrum Center. Tickets start at $20 and are available now at Ticketmaster.
It's time for tonight's Bite of the Game, presented by Brick's Wood-Fired Pizza and Craft Bar. Let's go inside our network studios to Rob Longo.
Hornets up on the Raptors, 36-30 on the road as we check out tonight's Bite of the Game. And there's no secret about it. The Hornets got walloped on Saturday against Philadelphia while dealing with a slew of injuries. Those injuries and absences continue tonight in Toronto, but Steve Clifford said before the game tonight that focusing on those who are not playing tonight is wasted energy.
You just have to coach from that. That's it. Your best days are going to be when you're focused on the right things. And if you're worried about all the stuff that you can't control, to me, it's wasted energy and not spending time on, like tonight. How can we help Terry more? How can we help PJ more? How can we help Brandon more? That's what I spent my day on today. This is not a league where you can sit around and say, oh, we don't have this guy, we don't have that guy. It makes no sense to me.
Controlling what you can control doesn't only sound like a basketball lesson, it sounds like a life lesson as well. That's your Bite of the Game presented by Brick's Wood-Fired Pizza and Craft Bar. Brick's Wood-Fired Pizza and Craft Bar brings people together for life moments, both big and small. Stop by today to try their craveable wood-fired fare, shareable plates, and 24 craft beers on tap. Now back to Sam as the Hornets lead Toronto by 6 in the 6.
Thank you, Rob Longo. I agree with you. I am wiser every time I talk to Hornets head coach Steve Clifford. His Hornets are up 36-30, 7:21 left in the second quarter, brought to you by Honeywell. Honeywell is the official healthy building partner of the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets led in scoring by Terry Rozier, who's got a game-high 11. 6 points from Nick Richards. And everyone who has gotten into the game tonight for Charlotte has scored with the exception of Ish Smith, who has provided some solid defense out there. He's on the ball against Dennis Schroeder. On the screen from Jakob Poeltl, ducks inside into the corner now. OG Anunoby for 3, no. Rebound is picked up by Boucher. Up in traffic, no. Rebound this time. Nick Richards rips it away from a pair of Raptors. Bounces it out to Brandon Miller. Miller on the right side. Miller through traffic. Holding over to Leaky Black. Black passed on the 3. Bryce McGowan's corner 3, no. Rebound Nick Richards. Richards goes back up with the right hand, missed it. And this time Boucher's got the board. Boucher out to Schroeder. Schroeder. Left wing, Schroeder holding. Brandon Miller there defending. Schroeder around to pick, down to Jakob Poeltl. Tries to back in on McGowan's, throws over the top. Trent Jr. run off the line. Gary Trent up from inside the paint, good. Gary Trent Jr. has all 7 of his points here in the second quarter. Charlotte's lead is 4, 36-32. Ish Smith, Nick Richards, Bryce McGowens, Brandon Miller, and Leaky Black. 5 on the floor. Leaky Black in the mid-post. And a foul called on Toronto. Goes on OG Anunoby, his first. Hornets make a sub, and Nick Smith Jr. is in for Brandon Miller. And this is going to be a group where the question is, where is the offense going to come from? Nick Smith Jr. is a very good shooter. Nick Richards has shown a good job on the glass, but you got to have someone who can create their own shot or create for each other. Leaky Black, right side. Ish Smith between the rings. Ish, 8 on the shot clock. Pick and roll with Nick Richards. Ish Smith, the right elbow, fall away jumper. No, rebounded by Gary Trent Jr. Trent in transition finds Siakam over to Anunoby. Gary Trent Jr. run off the line. Schroeder will fire up the 3. No good. Rebound run down by Bryce McGowens. Sends it up the floor to Ish Smith. Ish attacking at the middle to Bryce McGowens. He'll streak towards the lane, goes up and is fouled. Jakob Poeltl commits the personal foul. It's his second. And Bryce McGowens will go to the line to shoot 2. So the Hornets survived a couple of possessions without a serious scoring threat. What I mean by serious is someone who's averaging 10 points per game or has in their recent NBA careers. We'll get P.J. Washington in next opportunity. Bryce McGowan, 72% free throw shooter, hits the first. Bryce now with 4 points. This is how the Hornets are going to have to live for the time being. Can you survive the stretches where you can't keep your main players on the floor? Can you get to the portions of the game where your best and remaining rotation players can all play together? McGowens makes them both. He's got 5. Hornets lead 38-32. Malachi Flynn on the right side gives to Pascal Siakam. High post for Poeltl. Poeltl over to Siakam. Siakam driving, pushes off Ish Smith. They're going to get him for the offensive foul. He sent Ish flying. Escalating quickly here north of the border. Not exactly Canada nice on that one. Siakam gets rung up for the personal. It's his first. Hornets basketball. P.J. Washington holding on the perimeter finds Bryce McGowens. Catch and shoot 3 is good. Rip the net cord. Bryce McGowens drilling another Lowe's 3-point shot. It's his second of the game. He's up to 8 points. And the Hornets lead is back to 9. Scotty Barnes into the corner. OG Anunoby trying to push through. McGowens goes up and under. McGowens rips it away. Steal for the Hornets. McGowens in transition. Driving on Poeltl up with the right hand. Flips it off the window and in for 2. Bryce McGowens is a man possessed right now. He's got 10 points, 7 here in the second quarter. Scotty Barnes on the other end throws over the top. They hit Siakam. Siakam bounce pass down low. Anunoby gets the flyby up for the lay-in. Yes, and they're going to call a foul as well. P.J. Washington, they said, got him on the wrist. And it's an and 1 here for OG Anunoby. P.J. Washington picks up his first personal. Anunoby will have the +1 opportunity. Only a 68% free throw shooter, though. Trent has checked in, as has Schroeder. And they'll get Poeltl and Malachi Flynn. Free throw is good. It's 5 for Anunoby. Hornets lead it 43-35. Ish Smith to P.J. Washington. P.J. to Bryce McGowens, trying to go baseline, throws it back to the high post. Nick Richards. Richards to Nick Smith Jr. Smith, the left side, pull up from 19 is an air ball caught by Gary Trent Jr. Trent on the left side of the floor, around the screen to Siakam now. Siakam against the rookie Nick Smith Jr. Back to Trent, underneath, looking for Anunoby, too hot to handle, and it goes out of play. Hornets basketball. Terry Rozier to the scorer's table. And wasn't there in time, apparently, so Charlotte will have another possession without Mr. Rozier. See if they can salvage some more scoring out of it. They've done more than that. They're up 43-35. Ish Smith to P.J. Washington. P.J. downhill. Ball fake goes up through traffic. No. Rebound scooped up by Anunoby. Now Siakam on the opposite end of the timeline. Hits Scotty Barnes. Barnes around a screen. Picked up by Nick Smith Jr. Scotty Barnes posturing up. Barnes bouncing into the post, goes up. The lay-in is good, and they give him a foul. Foul is on Nick Smith Jr. His second. Scotty Barnes, an and one opportunity. If he makes the free throw, he'll be the first Raptor into double figures. Raptors 7 for 7 tonight from the free throw line, make them 8 for 8. Notable because Toronto is the second worst free throw shooting team in the NBA. Getting the nod from Curtis, but that's true. He's seen a lot of misses here. Hornets by 5. They do get Terry Rozier back into the fold. 3:25 left in the first half. P.J. Washington spins in the lane up with the right hand, floats it in for 2. Nice move there by P.J. Washington. He's got 5 points. On the opposite end, Barnes to Gary Trent Jr. Trent pull up from the right elbow is good. High bounce off the back iron. Gary Trent Jr. Iron is kind here in Toronto to the Raptors wing. Hornets lead down to 5. Pass by Washington looking for Rozier, stolen away by Anunoby. He sends up the floor, it's stolen right back by PJ. Washington squares from the three-point line, it's good. PJ Washington drilling another Lowe's three-point shot. His second of the quarter. On the other end, Barnes driving, and he is fouled by Terry Rozier. And that will take us to a timeout on the floor. Terry picking up his second personal. And the Hornets will head to the bench with a 48-40 lead. 2:42 left in the second quarter. Hornets by 8. You're listening to Hornets basketball on 92.7 Sports Radio WFNZ and the Hornets Radio Network.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2023.
Ron had a tax problem he just couldn't handle on his own.
I owed the IRS taxes for over 5 years, but I didn't have any money to pay the taxes.
Those years cost him dearly.
Most of it was fees and interest. It was horrible.
Ron finally called in the pros.
I called Optima Tax Relief, and boy, am I happy I did.
The leading tax resolution firm, Optima, is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. They've resolved over $1 billion for their clients. Ron was overjoyed.
They settled my account with IRS. I was ecstatic. They are a lifesaver. They are. I am so happy.
Take Ron's advice and call Optima now for a free consultation.
Yeah, don't do like I did and wait. Call Optima Tax Relief. Do it now. You'll be ecstatic like me.
Call 800-928-0199. 800-928-0199. 800-928-0199.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Up with the right hand, flips it up and in, count it, and a foul.
You're listening to Hornets basketball with Sam Farber on the Hornets Radio Network.
Yeah, well, soon, LaMelo. Hornets are very, very short-handed tonight. No LaMelo, no Cody Martin, no Frank Ntilikina, no Nathan Mensah, no Miles Bridges, no Mark Williams, no Gordon Hayward. No problem. Hornets are up 48-40 with 2:42 left in the first half. Scotty Barnes going to the line to shoot 2 after the foul just before the break on Terry Rozier. First free throw is up and good. This is uncanny for Toronto. They are 9 for 9 from the free throw line. This is not a very good free throw shooting team on the season. 2:42 left in the second quarter. Brought to you by Honeywell. Honeywell is the official healthy building partner of the Charlotte Hornets. Scotty Barnes makes them both. And now is the team and game leader in scoring with 12.7 from the free throw line. Hornets up by 6. Rozier defended by Pascal Siakam. Barnes switches onto him. Rozier drives the lane up for the lay-in. Good. Terry, slippery, gets past the defender, and he goes right back onto the top line for scoring in the game. He's got 13. Hornets by 8. Scotty Barnes. Right side for Schroeder. Schroeder. Former Thunder, former Laker, former a lot of things. Sends it to the high post for Barnes. Trent now up for a step-back three. It's short. Rebounded by P.J. Washington. P.J. drops it off for Rozier. 2 minutes left in the half. Rozier, left side, in front of Scotty Barnes. Head fakes the three. Gives to Nick Richards. Right back to Terry. Terry defended by Pascal Siakam. Over to P.J. Washington. P.J. will drive. And a foul is called on Dennis Schroeder. I believe that puts the Hornets in the bonus, but I'm not entirely sure. And it is. There you go. Dennis Schroeder, second personal, 15th foul. P.J. Washington at the line. First free throw is good. P.J. closing in on a couple of marks. Personally, he is one made three away from 500 in his career. Currently 7th in Hornets franchise history. And he's one block shot away from tying Kenny Gaddison, Charlotte star from 89 to 95, for 9th in franchise history. Currently has 282 and needs one more to get to 283. Both free throws are good for PJ. 10 points all here in the second quarter. Hornets lead by a PJ Washington. They're up by 10. Hornets brought Ish Smith in for Terry Rozier. During that last break, Dennis Schroeder open on the zone, fires and hits from 3. Dennis Schroeder's first points of the game. Hornets lead 52-45. They're going to try and get through this stretch here without Terry Rozier, as he has 2 fouls. P.J. Washington, Ish Smith, back to P.J. Head fakes 3, got Pascal Siakam in the air. He'll drive up with the right hand, off glass, no, got his own rebound, puts it back up with the right hand, missed it again, rebound loose, and it's Gary Trent Jr. with it. Sends it up the floor, pressures to check that, Siakam up, no good with the right hand, but he's fouled. Pascal Siakam will go back to the line to shoot 2. Foul is on Nick Richards. First personal. Pascal Siakam. Not his strongest performance tonight. He's only got 6 points, does have 3 assists. Makes the free throw. My goodness. These two teams are combined 20 for 20. And Toronto shoots 73% from the foul line. Is that right? Siakam. Shorts. Streak is over. Hornets lead it by 6. The minute left in the second quarter. Ish Smith to Brandon Miller on the logo. Miller pivots, uses the screen for Nick Richards. Miller at the left elbow, and an offensive foul, or is it a travel? It's an offensive foul. Brandon Miller picks up his second. Hornets will try and protect him. Get Nick Smith Jr. into the game, replacing Miller. Again, Charlotte, as shorthanded as they are, trying to salvage these minutes, preserve the fouls remaining for both Terry Rozier and Brandon Miller as much as possible. 40 seconds left in the half. Ish Smith on the ball defending Schroeder. Schroeder pick and roll to Siakam into the corner. Anunoby run off the line, steps to his left, fires for 3, spins out. Rebound Nick Richards. 8-second game clock, shot clock separation. Hornets can effectively play for 1 here. Second quarter action brought to you by Honeywell, official healthy building partner of the Charlotte Hornets. Ish Smith throws it out to P.J. Washington near midcourt. He claims it. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. P.J. rising for 3. No. Long rebound, Gary Trent Jr. Trent in transition. 8 seconds left in the half. He's going to hold for 1 here. Hornets leading by 6. Trent to Pascal Siakam. Siakam pushing through the defender. Bank shot good with 1 second left. Pretty good defense there by Bryce McGowan. Nick Smith Jr. fires it down the floor, hit the backboard but not the rim. And that is it for the opening half of action. All things considered, very good work here by the Charlotte Hornets. They have led start to present. It's 52-48. I checked that. The Raptors did hold a 2-point lead very briefly, but for the most part, it's been the Hornets on top and in control. They're up 52-48. Second half action just around the corner, but coming up next on the Harris Teeter halftime show, Rob Longo is standing by with stats and analysis, a look around the NBA, as well as a look at the Blue Compass RV's road ahead. Hornets with a 52-48 lead. You are listening to Hornets basketball on 92.7 Sports Radio WFNZ and the Hornets Radio Network.
You know why guys are so upset about our offense this year? Because men hate it when they can't score. How about you? You having trouble scoring these days? Call the Carolina Men's Clinic. For 10 years, the Carolina Men's Clinic has been offering customized options for ED, low T, and non-surgical permanent male enhancement.
It starts with a leader, and the leader in male performance is the Carolina Men's Clinic. Call now for your $89 office visit, 704-981-0043, or thecarolinamensclinic.com.
Make sure you download the Hornets app this season for an enhanced game day experience. The Hornets app is your home for the Game Day digital program with all the information on your favorite team and giveaways every game day.
Yes, the Hive is alive here inside Spectrum Center, home of your Charlotte Hornets.
You'll also find predictive games, mobile food ordering, and even a wallet for your NFTs. Download the Hornets app today.
Art, sound, and sensory overload. Tool 2024 North American Tour. January 21st, Spectrum Center, Charlotte, with special guest, Elder. Experience the sound and vision of Tool. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Tool, in concert. Presented by Live Nation.
So happy it hurts. Bryan Adams. See him live in concert in Charlotte. Bryan Adams, the So Happy It Hurts Tour, performing decades of hits. Spectrum Center, Charlotte, March 10th. With special guest, Dave Stewart's Eurythmic Songbook. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit bryanadams.com.
2 quarters are in the books. Highlights, stats, and a check on out-of-town scores are on the way. Here's the host of the Harris Teeter halftime show, Rob Longo.
Well, the Hornets are up on the Raptors, all things considered, 52-48 at the break here north of the border, considering there are a slew of injuries here for Charlotte and absences, but so far so good for the Hornets as they continue to lead this one by 4 at the break. This season, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina is helping to increase access to healthy food in our area. For every second chance point the Hornets score this season, Blue Cross will donate meals to those in underserved communities by donating up to $30,000 to local organizations committed to advancing food security here in Charlotte, with the Hornets taking advantage of second chance points in that first half. Another $360 has been added to Blue Cross's total contribution so far this season. Let's go ahead and take a spin around the league of what else is going on around the association. Heavy slate today, 10 other games to check in on. Couple in the third quarter, the earlier 7 o'clock start times. Let's begin in Cleveland, where the Cavs currently lead that one 80-72 over Houston. Elsewhere, the Clippers are blowing out Indy on the road 91-71 with 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Hornets will be in Indiana on Wednesday to take on the Pacers once again. Tyrese Halliburton is playing in that one. He started the day as questionable, if I can say that word correctly. So far, he's only got 4 points, though, in that one. 3.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter in Philadelphia, where the Bulls are leading the Sixers. A little bit of a surprise there, 72-65. And they're approaching halftime in Atlanta, where the Pistons are trying to get off the schneid, but they're down 11 against the Hawks, 61-50 there. Under 2 minutes to go, opening half in Miami. Heat currently leading Minnesota 63-46 in that one. Under a minute to play in the first quarter in America's Heartland, where Oklahoma City currently leads Memphis 32-26 there. Coming up here at the top of the hour, a couple more games get going as Dallas is in Denver to face the Nuggets. Brooklyn heads to Salt Lake City to take on the Jazz. At 10 o'clock tonight, from the capital of California, Sacramento taking on the Wizards. And at 10:30 tonight, the nightcap, the Lakers welcome in the New York Knicks to LA. As we take a look at the Blue Compass RV road ahead for Charlotte, the Hornets wrap up a 2-game road trip on Wednesday in Indiana. Tip time against the Pacers is set for 7 here on the Hornets Radio Network. That's a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Blue Compass RV, the official RV retailer of the Charlotte Hornets. With over 100 full-service dealerships across the country, more than 1,000 service bays from coast to coast. Begin your outdoor journey today at BlueCompassRV.com. We'll take a look back at the first half after this as Charlotte leads Toronto at the break 52-48 on the Hornets Radio Network.
Hope NF presents. What's my definition of success? The Hope Tour. You gonna like NF live in concert in Charlotte. The Bico. Spectrum Center, Charlotte, Saturday, May 18th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. NF, the album Hope, is available everywhere now. For more, visit nfrealmusic.com. I was happy.
With active kids and an active lifestyle, unexpected injuries are just part of the game. That's why Novant Health offers same-day and next-day appointments at select orthopedic clinics. Whether you're a new or existing patient, all you need to do is walk in or call. No need to be in pain 1 minute longer. Novant Health has x-rays available on site as well as in-office bracing and casting to help you get back in the game faster. When you or a loved one gets injured, trust Novant Health to deliver expert care right away. Visit NovantHealth.org/ortho now to learn more. Novant Health, the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Hornets.
Hear that? That's the sound of new digital instants from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Now you can play right from your phone and win real cash prizes. It may all sound new, but winning, oh yeah, big money, is as thrilling as ever. Register to play digital instants for a whole new way to win. Must be 18 to play. See prize and odds charts at nclottery.com/digital-instants for details. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Harris Teeter Halftime continues in our network studios. Here's your host, Rob Longo.
Hornets lead this one 52-48 at the break. Let's go ahead and take a recap, a look back at that first half and how we got here. Again, a lot of injuries, a lot of absences here for the Hornets tonight. No Mark Williams, no Gordon Hayward, no LaMelo Ball, no Cody Martin, no Frank Ntilikina. Nathan Mensah and Miles Bridges not with the team as well. So that's about all the breath I have left for this one. We're going to go ahead and send it to break. I kid. So you're starting 5 tonight. Terry Rozier, Brandon Miller, Bryce McGowan's getting his second consecutive start. PJ Washington getting a start, and Nick Richards as well. Hornets led this one early thanks to a lot of turnovers by the Raptors. Not even 6 minutes into the game, Toronto turned the ball over 5 times. Hornets did a good job taking advantage of it. 7 points off of those 5 turnovers. JT Thor, the first guy off the bench tonight, but let's go back to that guy that got the start for the second straight night. That was Bryce McGowan's. He got started early and often as well.
Brandon Miller trying to get downhill. Kicks to the corner. Richards, one more. McGowan's wing 3. Yes, sir. He's shooting just under 40% from 3 here in his sophomore season in the NBA. And the Hornets are back on top. It's 10-9.
Hornets went on a massive run. They went on an 11-0 run, about 5 minutes left to go in that first quarter. It extended to a 20-10 run over the final 7 minutes and 10 seconds of the first quarter, as Terry Rozier had 9 points in that first frame. Charlotte led it 27-19 after 1 quarter of play. Toronto had 7 turnovers in that first quarter, I should say. 9 points off of those turnovers for Charlotte. Hornets turned the ball over 4 times themselves, but they did a good job minimizing the damage. Only 2 points off those turnovers for Toronto. Hornets decided to go 10 deep tonight with Leaky Black starting the second quarter, as the Hornets got a lot of offensive rebounds from Leaky Black, and he was finally rewarded with this dunk.
Ball is loose. PJ Washington's got the steal, funnels it ahead, looking for Brandon Miller. No, it's going to be Leaky Black with the spike. Leaky Black, an extraordinary power slam with the right hand. That's a Dr. Pepper dunk, and that's the full 2 liters for the rookie out of UNC.
PJ Washington had a big second quarter as well, accounted for almost 62% of the offensive 1.8 points, 2 assists, 5 points off of those assists. He is on quadruple double watch almost. 10 points at the break, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He also has 4 steals as well, as PJ Washington gets the start tonight. Hornets so far in that first half shot about 41%, 5 of 16 from beyond the arc, 9 for 9 at the free throw line, even though Toronto outscored Charlotte 29-25 in that second quarter, as the Raptors shot about 46% from the field there in that second frame. Scotty Barnes has 12 points at the break. That is a team high because the game high belongs to Terry Rozier, who has 13 points. Bryce McGowan's also in double figures with 10 points of his own for Charlotte. Hornets lead this one 52-48 here at the break. That will do it for our Harris Teeter halftime show. Harris Teeter, where Hornets fans shop for groceries. Hornets lead it by 4, second half on the way right after this on the Hornets Radio Network.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream. Get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, including advanced Wi-Fi, and one unlimited mobile line free for 12 months. And when you add Spectrum TV, get a Xumo Stream Box free for 12 months. Spectrum One Stream. It's streaming simplified. Visit Spectrum.com for details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
TIAA and the Hornets have teamed up to help our community. For every Hornets and one this season, TIAA is donating $50 to 2 local nonprofit organizations that work to create educational and professional equity for all. More and ones equals more impact to help us reach a more equitable future. To learn more, visit hornets.com/and1. Get loud for TIAA's and ones for equity.
Enrique Iglesias, Ricky Martin, Pitbull, 3 global superstars in a once-in-a-lifetime show. The Trilogy Tour. Enrique, Ricky, Pitbull, live in Charlotte. Spectrum Center, Saturday, March 2nd. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Baby, I'm a fireball.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Let's fly, Bus City.
Bouknight will attack. Bouknight rises up the bank shot. Yes, plus the foul.
I'm James Bouknight, and you're listening to Hornets Basketball on the Hornets Radio Network.
Buzz City leads it 52-48 north of the border against Toronto. Rob Longo here inside your Hornets Radio Network studios, and let's head back up to the 6 where Sam Farber is standing by. And Sam, this is a welcome surprise, a lead at halftime. That's been a rarity for the Hornets this year, especially all things considered with all of these injuries. What is the biggest individual performance that stands out to you so far in this one?
Well, individually, I would say it's Bryce McGowens. He's shooting the ball with confidence. It's something we talked about in our game preview of the Hornets Hivecast for today, that Bryce McGowens can be a really big factor when he's playing heavy rotation minutes. And his best games, the team's best results, have come when he is shooting the ball extremely well from 3. He's shooting it good, not extremely well, but good, 2 for 4 from distance. And he's been aggressive, taking it to the basket, making plays happen. I think he understands the situation. And he understands that, Toronto only has so many elite defenders out there. If he gets paired up against someone who's not, he might have an athletic edge to take it to the cup, and he's shown it off.
In terms of some other things that stand out to me, obviously the turnovers that the Hornets have been able to generate against Toronto, but I think a lot of that has stemmed from the team defense. It seems like they're plugging up the passing lanes, they're getting deflections, and are not letting Toronto really have anything easy at the rim.
Yeah, look, Toronto's not a very good shooting team, so unless they blow by you one-on-one, they're going to have a hard time getting into the paint because the Hornets can sag off, force you to shoot over the top. They do have a couple of shooters that you have to respect, and I think the Hornets are. But you can play this team in that manner and be able to, create some looks for yourself. So if Toronto tries to pass through the defense, that's what's going to happen. Charlotte's going to get deflections and be able to turn it the other way. If they try and shoot over the top, that's a bet worth taking if you're the Charlotte Hornets, to see if they can shoot at a higher clip than they have been all season long. So far tonight, the answer to that is no. The Raptors are 42% from the floor, which, to be honest, is a little bit higher than the Hornets is, but Charlotte has gotten much higher volume because of exactly what you were talking about there, and that is Charlotte's ability to force turnovers. Rob Longo, thanks as always. Great job inside the Hornets Radio Network studios. It's time for our look at the three-point shooting totals. They're brought to you by Lowe's Home Improvement. In the first half, the Hornets drilled 5 out of 16 three-point attempts. That's a 31% clip. On the other side for Toronto, they were just 3 of 15. That's 20% from beyond the arc. Advantage Hornets in that category. Hornets led in scoring by Terry Rozier, who had 13 points. 10 apiece for Bryce McGowens and P.J. Washington. Top rebounding honors go to P.J. Washington and Nick Richards, each with 6. P.J. Washington led the team in assists with 4. Hornets lead at 52-48 as we approach second half action here at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Raptors, for what it's worth, led by Scotty Barnes, the only player in double figures. He is the team leader, points, rebounds, and assists. And Rob Longo, a nice find that the Hornets are within striking distance of a quadruple-double. P.J. Washington, 10.6 boards, 4 assists. and 4 steals. We'll have a real quick coaches conversation here for the Hornets. And joining us now for our coaches conversation, it's Rex Walters. And Coach, obviously the team very shorthanded. What can you tell us about the way the young guys have filled in, plugged in some of these holes?
Bench has been great. The biggest thing, especially first quarter, we turned them over, got steals, got out in transition. And especially in the first quarter, we're much more inside out, which really helped us.
Go do it again in the second half, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hornets leading 52-48. Hornets assistant coach Rex Walters here with us for our halftime conversation. Hornets in teal, Raptors in white. It'll be Charlotte ball to start the second half. Same starters out there for both sides. Pirtle, Barnes, Siakam, Anunoby, and Schroeder for Toronto. For the Hornets, it's Rozier, McGowens, Miller, Washington, and Richards. Terry Rozier throws high post to P.J. Washington. We're underway here in the second half. Rozier around the Richards screen. Terry trapped. Throws over the top. P.J. Washington catching the corner, gets the flyby. He'll give it up to Brandon Miller. Miller, open look at a 3. Rims out on it. Slight hesitation there by the rookie. It's one he'd like back. Scotty Barnes on the opposite end. First possession of the second half. Drives, kicks. They'll work it around to Schroeder. Schroeder driving with the right hand. And they're going to put a foul on Brandon Miller here. Miller picks up the personal. There was an argument going on elsewhere. Nick Richards claiming some infraction on Jakob Poeltl, I believe, but referee sorted out, put the call on Brandon Miller. Poeltl with the rock. Throws to Pascal Siakam. Siakam around the screen. I got away with a carry. Schroeder for 3. It's good. Schroeder now with 6. It's a one-point game, 52-51. Hornets on top. Terry Rozier draws the double again. Throws to a cutting Brandon Miller into the corner. Bryce McGowens up for 3. No. Rebounded by Pascal Siakam. Up the floor, Scotty Barnes. Raptors chance for the lead. Send it back to OG Anunoby for 3 in transition. No. Rebound Nick Richards. Shovels it off to Terry Rozier. 10:42 left in the third quarter. Rozier doubled again. Throws to Nick Richards. Richards dribbles, throws to a backdoor cutting P.J. Washington, who will soar and score. A two-handed chin-up on the rim. Dr. Pepper dunk for P.J. Washington, and the Hornets are back on top by 3, 54-51. Excellent move there by P.J. So good it caught Nick Richards by surprise, but he realized it in time to make the feed for the finish. Hornets by 3. Ball swung into the far corner. Siakam for 3. It's good. Wave it off, though. Foul on Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl pushing off of Nick Richards, picks up a personal which wipes off a 3 that would have tied the game. Poeltl's third personal. So Hornets ball with a 3-point lead still. Nick Richards one-on-one with Poeltl. Puts it on the floor with the left hand. Backdoor pass, Rozier rising, and he's fouled on, no, they're going to call it on Terry Rozier, saying he kicked the leg. He picks up his third personal. I thought they were going to get Schroeder for crashing through the landing zone, but they said Terry kicked his leg out trying to draw the contact, and not much of an argument from the Hornets. So take that to mean that it is rightfully Toronto ball. Hornets by 3. Siakam driving, bumps off P.J. Washington, hangs, can't hit, goes back up, laying good. Pascal Siakam with the putback. He's into double figures now with 11, and the lead down to 1 once more for the Hornets. Terry Rozier around his screen, draws the double, finds P.J. Washington, over to Terry again. Rozier drawing a lot of attention. Trying to drive through a double team, up for the right-handed lane, it's good. Rozier just carving his way through traffic. He's got 15. Siakam bumps off the defender, P.J. Washington. And they'll call another foul on the Hornets. P.J. picks up the blocking foul. It's his second. Second foul on the Hornets as a team. 9:18 left in the third quarter. Hornets with a 3-point lead. Dennis Schroeder. Pass up top, OG Anunoby. Anunoby one-on-one with Bryce McGowan. Dribbles right. Stops at the elbow. Tries to go downstairs looking for Pirtle. Patted away by Nick Richards. Another turnover by Toronto. Steal for Team Teal. Terry Rozier. Head fakes the three. Gives to P.J. Washington. P.J. back to Rozier. Rozier picked to his right. He'll ignore it. Gives to Bryce McGowan. Swing to the corner. Brandon Miller. Miller into the lane. Ball fake. 7 on the shot clock. Outside P.J. Washington. P.J. will drive. P.J. into the paint. Over the right hand. No. Rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Barnes, 9th board of the game. Barnes, full head of steam. Kick to the corner. And it's an offensive foul. Wipe it off. Charge taken by Brandon Miller. It was all gas, no brakes for Scotty Barnes. He just never stopped his route and picks up the easy call from Rodney Motts. It's his first personal. Brandon Miller, fearless rookie, taking the punishment there. Hornets hanging on to the three-point lead. The ominous situation to start the day with an even longer injury report than we've been growing accustomed to seeing. Brandon Miller, mid-range 2, no. Tipped up and in by Nick Richards. He's saying, count it, folks. Good bounce for Buzz City. Barnes drops it off for Pirtle, who will lay it in. Jakob Pirtle on the quick break off the made bucket. It's right back to a three-point margin, 58-55. Terry Rozier on the logo. Dribbles left around the screen from Richards. Steps to his left. The three on the way. It's good. Terry Rozier drilling in another Lowe's three-point shot. It's his second of the game. He's up to 18. Hornets double their advantage. They're up by 6. Dennis Schroeder to Jakob Pirtle. Down low. It's Siakam. Gets the flyby. Up with the right hand. Lay-in is good. Nice feed. Big to big. Pirtle to Siakam. And a nice move down low by the two-time All-Star. P.J. Washington for 3, got it. P.J. Washington rips the net cord. His third 3 of the game. That's career 3, number 500 for P.J. Barnes through the defender, Brandon Miller, who takes another charge. Miller gets set, takes the contact right to the chest. And that's the second offensive foul on Scotty Barnes. Hornets stretch the lead to 7. And a chance to hunt for more. Barnes barreled over Brandon Miller for the second straight time. Miller. So Terry Rozier, lob. Nick Richards up for the slam and a foul. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul here on Terry Rozier. That is a big one. That's his 4th personal. Hornets bench reviewing it. I don't think there's enough to challenge. So they'll sit Terry, who has a game-high 18 points. Try and survive without him. Siakam goes right to work. Up at the right-handed lane, that's good. Pascal Siakam, tough angle for the finish. Closes the gap back to 5. Ish Smith now running point for the Hornets. Gives to Brandon Miller. Miller closely guarded by Pascal Siakam. And we're going to have a foul called on OG Anunoby for a hold. That is Toronto's first team foul. Second personal. And takes us to a timeout on the floor. Charlotte 64, Toronto 59. 6:46 left in the third quarter here on the Hornets Radio Network.
You know why guys are so upset about our offense this year? Because men hate it when they can't score. How about you? You having trouble scoring these days? Call the Carolina Men's Clinic. For 10 years, the Carolina Men's Clinic has been offering customized options for ED, low T, and non-surgical permanent male enhancement.
It starts with a leader, and the leader in male performance is the Carolina Men's Clinic. Call now for your $89 office visit, 704-981-0043, or thecarolinamensclinic.com.
Make sure you download the Hornets app this season for an enhanced game day experience. The Hornets app is your home for the Game Day digital program with all the information on your favorite team and giveaways every game day.
Yes, the Hive is alive here inside Spectrum Center, home of your Charlotte Hornets.
You'll also find predictive games, mobile food ordering, and even a wallet for your NFTs. Download the Hornets app today.
Buzz City, it's time to bring the Hive alive once again. Tickets are now on sale for all home games this season, as well as select season ticket packages for the 2023-2024 season. Be here when your Hornets finally return home on Saturday, December 23rd to take on Nikola Jokic and the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets. Tip time for this holiday hoopla showdown presented by Lowe's Home Improvement is set for 7 p.m. Secure your seats now at Hornets.com or through the Hornets mobile app.
As proud members of our community, the Charlotte Hornets Foundation is committed to inspire a giving culture in our region. This is Executive Director Betsy Mack-Rinke inviting you to learn how you can make an impact. Through our Swarm to Serve initiative, the Charlotte Hornets Foundation focuses on education, hunger, military care, and wellness programs. To learn more about how you can help the Charlotte Hornets Foundation and your fellow neighbor, please visit hornets.com/foundation today.
Let's fly.
Mark Williams, the rebound, headbake goes up and slams it home at the buzzer.
I'm Mark Williams, and this is Hornets basketball on the Hornets Radio Network.
Hornets leading 64-59. 3 Hornets in double figures. Terry Rozier leading the way with 18 points, but he's got 4 personal fouls, so he is taking a seat for what I imagine will be the foreseeable future, and it can be as long as the Hornets likely can handle without him. They've done a good job bridging that gap. The time Terry has been on the floor has certainly been the more advantageous here for the Hornets. Hornets are a plus 14 when he's out there. That's a minus 9 when he's not. But if they can survive this stretch and protect him from picking up a 5th foul, they can hopefully preserve him for the 4th quarter run. Bryce McGowens loses the ball on the sideline on the inbounds play, and it's going to be Raptors ball. Turnover by Team Teal. It's Richards, McGowens, Thor, Miller, and Ish Smith out there for Charlotte. Dennis Schroeder had an open look at a 3. He'll drive right past Brandon Miller up for the lane. That's good. Hornets a blown assignment. Dennis Schroeder capitalizes his first non-3-point bucket. And this is now a 3-point game, 64-61. Hornets on top. Ish Smith pull up from the left elbow, in and out. Rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Barnes 10th board. He's got a double-double. Barnes getting downhill, throws to the corner. Extra pass Schroeder. Schroeder to Trent. Trent, one dribble, pull up. The 3 is no good. Rebounded by Nick Richards. Richards up the floor for Brandon Miller. Miller has it knocked away by Siakam. Siakam up for the lay-in. Siakam, the steal and the score. He's got 17 points, 8 of them here since the halftime. And it's down to a 1-point game once again. Charlotte up 64-63. Ish Smith gets down into the paint. Along the baseline, lobs it out to Bryce McGowens. McGowens around the screen from Thor. Trent picks him up. 5 on the shot clock. McGowens trying to get downhill. Nice move, goes up, and it's blocked by Barnes. Hornets are hollering for a goaltend, and there it is. Goaltending called. Bucket counts for Bryce McGowens. Barnes is arguing it. That sure looked like it was on its way down. Yeah. Some muted arguments from the bench. Toronto says they're good. Bryce McGowens now with 12 points. The initial reaction from the home crowd was, what do you mean? Oh, God. And they saw the play and like, oh, well, what do you mean? Hornets up by 3. Left side, Barnes sends it to Schroeder. Schroeder attacking through Ish Smith. Picks up the dribble over to Anunoby. Anunoby through Ish Smith goes up. That one is blocked clean by JT Thor. Recovery Barnes sends it out to Schroeder, who did not beat the shot clock. It's a violation. 24 seconds. Hornets ball. Excellent defense there from Team Teal. Hornets hanging in there, 66-63. Charlotte on top. 5:08 left in the 3rd quarter. Ish Smith gives to the rookie Brandon Miller. Miller, 4 points tonight. Keeping the dribble on the right side. Pull up along the baseline is good. Sweet stroke from Brandon Miller. He's up to 6. Hornets lead it by 5, 68-63. Schroeder to Siakam, Siakam against Ish Smith. Siakam wedges his way inside, kick to the corner, Trent for 3, it's good. Gary Trent Jr. with his 2nd triple of the game. And it's a 1-possession contest once more, 68-66. Smith to Brandon Miller, left side. Miller around the Richards screen. Barnes picks him up. Miller driving with the left hand, up with the right hand. Push shot, good for 2. Brandon Miller in his bag right now. He's got 8. Hornets up by 4. Schroeder, right side. One-on-one with Ish Smith around the Siakam screen. Daylight for 3. It's good. Dennis Schroeder's second 3 of the contest. He's got 11. And Hornets lead is down to 1, 70-69. Ish Smith holding on the logo. Give it to JT Thor, right back to Ish. Now Brandon Miller gets it, right wing, 7 on the shot clock. Miller draws the double. 4 seconds on the shot clock. 3. Miller's got to do something. Miller throws it up. Drew Iron couldn't get it to go. The rebound loose. JT Thor's got it to the cutting Brandon Miller. Up with a right hand floater. No rebound. Brandon Miller's got it again. And the foul is going to be called on Toronto. Scotty Barnes picks up the personal. That's his 3rd. Subs in for both teams. Malachi Flynn and Precious Achiuwa are in for Toronto. Charlotte brings in P.J. Washington, Nick Smith Jr., and we've got a timeout on the floor. 3:32 left to play in the third quarter. Hornets clinging to a 1-point advantage, 70-69, here on the Hornets Radio Network.
Broken bones, twisted ankles, and sprained wrists can't wait, and neither should you. It's easy to rush to an urgent care clinic or to the ER for quick treatment, but seeking the care of a world-class Novon Health orthopedist is now a slam dunk option with same-day care and next-day appointments. Novon Health has x-rays available on-site as well as in-office bracing and casting to help you get back in the game faster. When an injury happens, trust Novon Health to deliver expert care right away. Visit novonhealth.org/ortho now to learn more.
We know there's only one team you want to watch, and Bally Sports is the place to get your Hornets. Experience the comebacks, the buzzer beaters, yes! The can't-miss moments. Live, Bally Sports keeps the buzz going before and after the game, too, with Ashley, Terrence, Eric, and Dell on Hornets Live. Watch Hornets basketball all season long on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app. Bally Sports, home of the only team you want to watch.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every point, every game, every layup, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a three-pointer at the buzzer to tie the game or a player goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line, whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary. At Bet365, official partner of the Charlotte Hornets. 21 plus only. Must be present in Colorado, Iowa, Kentucky, New Jersey, Ohio, or Virginia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-877-718-5543 in North Carolina.
Tim McGraw. In concert, the Standing Room Only Tour 2024. A night filled with your favorite songs. Spectrum Center, Charlotte, Friday, May 17th. With special guest Carly Pierce. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Don't miss Tim McGraw, live in Charlotte.
Buzz City, this is Nick Richards.
Down past Richards, crashes, throws down the dunk, counted on a foul.
And you're listening to Hornets Basketball on the Hornets Radio Network.
Hornets with a 70-69 lead over the Raptors, the slimmest of margins with 3:32 left here in the third quarter. They are trying to survive minutes with Terry Rozier on the bench. He's the game's leading scorer with 18 points, but he has 4 fouls. And so the Hornets are forced to try and protect him. So far, they've survived those minutes, but it hasn't always been pretty. It's been about 13 minutes of him sidelined total this game. Charlotte's minus 13 in those. They're plus 14 in the 20 minutes he has played. Third quarter continues with Thor, Ish Smith, Nick Smith Jr., Brandon Miller, and P.J. Washington, the 5 out there for the Hornets. Nick Smith Jr. sends it in. No, didn't get it in time. A 5 count on the Hornets. A turnover back to Toronto out of the timeout. So Raptors a chance to take the advantage. Hornets are up 70-69. Dennis Schroeder on the right side. Schroeder, crossover dribble, trying to get downhill, up for the lay-in, no, but a foul is called. And Schroeder will shoot 2 with a chance to give Toronto the lead. Foul is on Ish Smith. That is his first personal. Let's pause here 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Hornets Radio Network.
This is WFNZ-FM Harrisburg and WLNK HD3 Charlotte.
The exclusive home of the Charlotte Hornets.
Dennis Schroeder at the line, shooting 2. The 30-year-old from Braunschweig, Germany. It's the first. Hornets Hoops presented by Harris Teeter puts the fun in fundamentals with clinics that focus on improving skills and igniting a love for the game for boys and girls ages 7 to 14. Learn more about Hornets Hoops and sign your child up for a clinic near you at hornets.com/Hornets Hoops. Schroeder makes them both, and the Raptors have reclaimed the lead. It's 71-70. JT Thor will dribble it up for the Hornets, pivoting away from pressure, and a timeout taken by Charlotte. With 3:18 left in the third quarter, we'll keep it right here. Hornets going to talk over how they want to try and work their way through this situation. Charlotte is just so shorthanded. They're basically playing everyone who is available. There's one player left on the bench who's uniformed tonight that is yet to check in. Everyone else is in street clothes. The Hornets have fought hard and given themselves a chance here, but it is clear as daylight. Terry Rozier on the floor. Hornets big advantage, and without him it's been a big disadvantage thus far here tonight. Hornets fans, introducing Spectrum One Stream. Get fast, reliable internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi, a free mobile line, and a free Xumo stream box when you add Spectrum TV. Visit Spectrum.com today. Hornets have led this one by as many as 11. I don't know if I'd call it storming back, maybe a drizzle on a clogged drain. Clogged by an injury report that is a mile long for the Hornets. Toronto's injury report is their backup center has had the same respiratory illness he's had all season, which is not to minimize it. We hope he gets well soon. But it is to say this isn't like a shock. Toronto has to figure out how to play without him. They've done it all season long. Hornets are down by 1. Out of the timeout, it's Smith, Washington, Ish Smith, I should say, P.J. Washington, Nick Smith Jr., J.T. Thor, and Brandon Miller. Hornets inbound to P.J. Washington, who hands it to Ish Smith. Hornets trailing by 1. Ish around the P.J. Washington screen. Pull up from 15, good. Nice jumper there for Ish Smith. Gets him in the scorer's ledger with 2 and puts the Hornets back on top, 72-71. Schroeder. Left side, throws to Malachi Flynn, down to the block. Siakam back outside Flynn, bounce pass. It goes to Schroeder. Schroeder backdoor cut. Achua for the lay-in. Nice movement there by the Raptors, and Precious Achua now has 6. Ish Smith, the blow-by move, up with a right hand. Lay-in is good. Acrobatic finish for Ish Smith, shimmying into the lane. Back-to-back scores for the former Wake Forest Demon Deacon. 74-73 now. Hornets lead. Flynn trying to push through Nick Smith Jr. Good defensive stop there by the rookie. Gives it up to Siakam. Siakam defended by Ish Smith. He draws the double, throws down low, backdoor cutting. Malachi Flynn gets the lay-in. Flynn's first points of the night. 75-74. Ish Smith, left side, around the P.J. Washington screen. Fakes the pull-up, kick out, Nick Smith Jr. Corner 3, it's good. Nick Smith Jr. drilling another Lowe's three-point shot. The rookie shooting 56% from 3. Out of the gates for the Hornets. And he has Charlotte up 77-75. Siakam working on Ish Smith, backs his way in, backs it outside. Schroeder to the corner. Flynn head fake the 3. He'll drive inside. Hook pass looking for Achua, punched away. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Charlotte. Only 3.9 seconds remaining here in the shot clock for Toronto to work with. Schroeder will have the baseline inbound. Throw to the far corner, and Trent, is it tipped? I think it was tipped. Tipped by the Hornets. Still Raptors ball. Now 3.4 seconds on the shot clock for Toronto to work with. Malachi Flynn will hustle over to the far side of the floor. Schroeder will inbound from the coffin corner. Throws into Malachi Flynn, who goes up and missed the lay-in. Rebound, Brandon Miller. Good contest there by the Hornets. So Charlotte hangs on to the 2-point lead. Ish Smith. Crossover, goes baseline. Up for the reverse lay-in. Oh, it spins off the cylinder. Rebound for Gary Trent Jr. in Toronto. Trent working around the Achua screen. Gets downhill. Push shot with the right hand is good. Gary Trent Jr. with 14 points. We're tied. 77-77. Ish Smith driving. Lobs it out. P.J. Washington. Catch and shoot three is off to the right. Grazed the iron. No good. Trent the rebound. Trent in transition. Trent throws on the brakes to Siakam. Siakam driving underneath for Achua. It's tipped, and it's last touched by Toronto as it goes out of play. That is turnover number 17 by the Raptors. Hornets have been +4 in points off turnovers thus far. Substitute Chris Boucher is in for the Raptors. Hornets, 55 seconds left in this third quarter. Brandon Miller driving with the right hand. The bank shot is good. Brandon Miller living in the mid-range today. He's into double figures with 10. Hornets by 2, 79-77. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Flynn driving with the left hand, back out to Siakam. Siakam goes through Ish Smith, no call on the charge. The three is no good from Flynn. Rebound punched out by Toronto. It's Hornets ball. Ish Smith trying to take the charge there. They go with the no call. And the Hornets can play for one here and almost extinguish the clock. There's a 3.5-second game clock, shot clock separation for Charlotte. Ish Smith studying the shot clock. Hornets have 4 on the baseline. P.J. Washington up to set the screen to Ish's left. Ish Smith, one-on-one with Achua. Pulls up from the elbow. It's good. Ish Smith, a knockdown jumper. He's got 6 all here in the third quarter. 7 seconds left defensively for the Hornets. Siakam driving. Siakam up with the right hand. The lay-in good. Goes coast to coast in 5 seconds. Gets the lay-in. Hornets by 2. Brandon Miller. Half-court heave. Oh, he missed it to the left. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. All things considered, Hornets hanging in there. Terry Rozier had to sit with his 4th foul fairly early in that third frame. Hornets were ahead then, and they're still ahead now. Not quite the slimmest of margins, but it's not much larger. Charlotte is up 81-79. Fourth quarter next here on the Hornets Radio Network.
Jurassic World Live Tour. 65 million years in the making. See Jurassic World's most iconic dinosaurs. T-Rex, Blue the Raptor, Triceratops, and more roar to life with epic thrills and heart-pounding adventure. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour. Get your tickets today. Playing the Spectrum Center January 5th through 7th. For tickets and show details, visit JurassicWorldLiveTour.com.
Hornets fans, be sure to show your love for your favorite NBA team with the latest and greatest gear from the Hornets fan shop at Spectrum Center. Whether you're a fan of the classics or the newest styles, or both, you'll be sure to find the perfect fit for you. Stop by the Hornets fan shop at Spectrum Center Wednesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. as well as on game days. And you can also shop anytime from anywhere online at HornetsFanshop.com.
Buzz City, it's time to bring the Hive alive once again. Tickets are now on sale for all home games this season, as well as select season ticket packages for the 2023-2024 season. Be here when your Hornets finally return home on Saturday, December 23rd to take on Nikola Jokic and the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets. Tip time for this holiday hoopla showdown presented by Lowe's Home Improvement is set for 7 p.m. Secure your seats now at Hornets.com or through the Hornets mobile app.
As proud members of our community, the Charlotte Hornets Foundation is committed to inspire a giving culture in our region. This is Executive Director Betsy Mack Rinke inviting you to learn how you can make an impact. Through our Swarm to Serve initiative, the Charlotte Hornets Foundation focuses on education, hunger, military care, and wellness programs. To learn more about how you can help the Charlotte Hornets Foundation and your fellow neighbor, please visit hornets.com/foundation today.
The fourth quarter begins now on the Hornets Radio Network, presented by Guy Roofing. Guy Roofing is the official roofing contractor of the Charlotte Hornets. Here's the voice of the Hornets, Sam Farber.
Hornets 81, Raptors 79. Toronto almost completely healthy. Hornets anything but, and yet it's Charlotte with a 2-point lead as we start the fourth quarter here from Scotiabank Arena. Sam Farber here with you on the Hornets Radio Network. It'll be Ish Smith, P.J. Washington, Nick Smith Jr., Leaky Black, and Terry Rozier, the 5 on the floor for Team Teal. Raptors ball out of the gates. Gary Trent Jr. rises for a deep 2, and he gets a nice bounce off the iron. Trent ties the score at 81. 16 now for Trent, the former Duke Blue Devil. Ish Smith will continue to run point here for the Hornets. Small lineup with the two Smiths as well as Rozier out there. Ish goes up on the baseline. Jay, no. Rebound loose in the corner. Saved by Flynn to Gary Trent Jr. Raptors, chance to take the lead. Trent back taps it to Flynn for three. No. Rebound. Leaky Black soaring and pulling it in. He'll send it up the left side for Terry Rozier. Rozier the lob. Leaky Black up for the lay-in. That's good. Leaky Black the board on one end, and he runs the floor and gets the lay-in on the other. Hornets back on top, 83-81. Barnes working on Leaky Black. Stops in the paint. Kicks it out. Three on the way from Trent. No. Rebound by Precious Achiuwa. Achiuwa on the interior up for the bank shot. No. Leaky Black squeezes the board. Leaky Black is a man possessed down there. 4 rebounds to go with 4 points. Nick Smith Jr. for three. Off to the left. Rebound to Toronto. Scotty Barnes, 12th board. Throws a backdoor cut to Boucher, who will throw it through. Chris Boucher now with 6. Game tied at 83. Rozier on the far side of the floor. Terry around the PJ Washington screen. Gives to Leaky Black. Black hands it off Nick Smith Jr. Back to Terry Rozier. Rozier, head fakes on the step back. Gives to Nick Smith Jr. Cutting into the lane. Up with the right hand. Got the bounce. Nick Smith Jr. a clutch shot there. He's up to 7. Hornets back in front. Shimmying back and forth here at Scotiabank Arena. Hornets leading by 2, 85-83. Gary Trent Jr. to the corner for Flynn. Down to the blocks. Barnes twisting in the lane. Slapped out of his hands by Ish Smith. Put back by Achiuwa. No, but a foul is called. Who's it on? It's on Leaky Black. First personal. Free throws here for Precious Achiuwa, who is a 61% free throw shooter. Raptors have been unbelievable at the line tonight. 13 for 14. Hornets have been just as good. A little bit better. They're 9 for 9. Achiuwa gets the first. He's got one more. Hornets fans, it's time to get minted with the all-new 2023-24 City Edition jerseys. The new mint gold and teal threads available now at the Hornets Fan Shop at Spectrum Center. Online at HornetsFanshop.com. Both free throws are good for Precious Achiuwa, and we're tied again at 85. Ish Smith, far sideline, looking for Rozier. Gives it to Terry on the wing. Rozier, one-on-one with Achiuwa, steps to his right, 3 on the way, off the back iron, rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Toronto a chance for the lead. Boucher driving up with the right hand, and he's fouled hard. Hornets were not going to let him have that one easily. And they're going to look at it, they say. I was a bit screened out by the officials. It was a hard fall for Boucher. Rodney Mott is the crew chief. He comes to the table.
Players under review to see if they meet the criteria for a flagrant foul.
That was on PJ Washington. So they will examine this one. 9:27 left here in the fourth quarter. See if we get another replay here courtside. Boucher driving the lane. I don't know that that's really excessive to the head or neck area. He's reaching across. It's definitely a foul. He's trying to get to the ball. We'll see. Headsets are off. Rodney Mott talking it over with his team. Big call. 9:27 left here in the fourth quarter. Presented by Guy Roofing, the official roofing contractor of the Charlotte Hornets. If it is flagrant, free throw on the ball. Common foul, 2 free throws. Here's Rodney Mott.
Upon review, the play has been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 1. It would be 2 shots and the ball.
So flagrant foul penalty 1. 2 free throws and the ball for Toronto. Foul again is on PJ Washington. That's his 3rd. Hornets obviously Did not agree with that one. Chris Boucher, 77% free throw shooter at the line. Raptors have only missed one tonight. I don't think you can count on him to miss. He makes the first. One more coming. Hornets fans, Terry Rozier has stepped up, carrying the load for the Hornets backcourt as of late. And has been playing at an all-star level. You've got your chance to win a signed Terry Rozier City Edition jersey. All you got to do is download the Hornets app and enter today. All right, Boucher missed the second. So it's the Raptors by 1, 86-85. Now they get the ball. Go to Precious Achiuwa. Achiuwa on the wing. Dribbles, bounces it off to Scotty Barnes. Barnes into the paint, kicks it out. Precious Achiuwa driving with the right hand, up with the left hand now, and they call another foul here on the Hornets. It's on P.J. Washington again. That's his fourth. Precious Achiuwa will shoot 2. Foul disparity is really getting out of control here for the Hornets. These will be free throws 19 and 20 for Toronto. The Hornets are sitting on 9. They've made them all, and they've had the benefit of 10 extra field goal attempts the Hornets have. But this many free throws started to tilt the game against Team Teal. First free throw is no good for Precious Achiuwa. He will have one more. Bends the knee, shot is up, and doesn't get the bounce. P.J. Washington claims the board. So an 0 for look from the line that time. And it's still a 1-point game. 86-85, Hornets trailing. Terry Rozier dribbling on the right side around the P.J. Washington screen. Back to P.J. Swing to Leaky Black over to Nick Smith Jr. Smith has room for the 3. No, he missed it short. Rebounded by Precious Achiuwa. Achiuwa in transition. Achiuwa gathers through the body of P.J. Washington. Floater up and good. Achiuwa under control there. He's into double figures now with 10. His season high 17 came against the Hornets 10 days ago. Charlotte's down by 3. P.J. Washington head fakes the 3, drives, kicks. Terry Rozier on the left side. 8 on the shot clock. He's against Boucher. Steps to his left. 3 on the way. Off to the right. Rebound Scotty Barnes. Barnes dribbling it up. Raptors on the run out. Barnes back to Precious Achiuwa. Passed on the 3. Gives to Trent. Trent to his left. Trent on the pick and roll. Trent up top. Scotty Barnes. Thought 3, thought better. He'll try and drive. Cut off. Barnes spinning in the lane. Goes up. Shot is good. Scotty Barnes' first points of the second half. He's up to 14. And the Hornets are now down by 5, 90-85. Hornets in need of an offensive answer. Ish Smith jitterbugs in the lane, up for the lay-in. That's good. Ish Smith lost his man, gets the lay-in. He's got 8 points. Back to a 1-possession contest. 90-87, Raptors leading. Here north of the border, Scotty Barnes, left wing, one-on-one with Ish Smith, starts to back his way in. Barnes kicks it outside. Trent straightaway 3 is good. Raptors are starting to piece it together. It's a 6-point lead for Toronto, their largest of the game, 93-87. P.J. Washington from distance, no. Hornets now 8 of 29 from 3. They're under 30% on the long ball. Pass underneath. Boucher goes up, swatted away by Nick Smith Jr. But Achiuwa with the recovery. He'll throw it down. Timeout, Hornets. It's an 18-6 run for the Raptors. They're up 95-87. 7:03 left to play. Back for more from Scotiabank Arena after this on the Hornets Radio Network.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream. Get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, including advanced Wi-Fi, and 1 unlimited mobile line free for 12 months. And when you add Spectrum TV, get a Xumo Stream Box free for 12 months. Spectrum One Stream. It's streaming simplified. Visit Spectrum.com for details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
We know there's only one team you want to watch, and Valley Sports is the place to get your Hornets. Experience the comebacks, The buzzer beaters. Yes! The can't-miss moments. Live. Bally Sports keeps the buzz going before and after the game, too, with Ashley, Terrence, Eric, and Dell on Hornets Live. Watch Hornets basketball all season long on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app. Bally Sports, home of the only team you want to watch.
Time to check out what else is going on around the association. Here's Rob Longo with your NBA scoreboard update.
Hornets behind the Raptors 95-87 in the fourth quarter north of the border. There are 10 other games this evening in the NBA, so let's go ahead and check in on the ones that are coming to a close. Waning moments in Indiana. Pacers going to fall to the hands of the LA Clippers 151-127. Elsewhere, with a little bit over a minute left to play, close one in Cleveland as the Cavs leave that one 122-121 over the Houston Rockets. Final in Philly, the Bulls beat the Sixers 108-104 in under 10 minutes to go in regulation in Atlanta. Hawks leading Detroit 103-91 as the Pistons are trying not to make history. It would be a 24th consecutive loss if Detroit loses that one. Let's also take a look at our Aero Exterminators defensive player of the game. I'm going to go with Terry Rozier. He's got 3 steals and a block out there. He's also winning his minutes a +4 and a +. The foul trouble has been an issue, but when he's out there, he has definitely made an impact on the defensive end of the floor. Now back to Sam as the Hornets trail Toronto by 8.
Thank you very much, Rob Longo. We're in agreement. Terry Rozier's been outstanding when out there. It's just quite the difference, night and day. In fact, if he's on the floor those 25 minutes, Charlotte is a +4. And then in the quick math here, carry the one. In the 16 minutes he's not on the floor, Charlotte has been a -12. So it's been quite the stark difference. Plus Rozier really good on the defensive end altogether. That's why he is tonight's Aero Exterminators defensive player of the game. Aero Exterminators, the official pest control partner of the Charlotte Hornets. Rozier, Brandon Miller, PJ Washington, Nick Richards, and Bryce McGowan's the starting 5 for the Hornets are out there as we resume play. Charlotte down by 8. Terry Rozier driving with the left hand. Up with the right now. It's blocked off the backboard. They're going to count it. They're going to say it is a goaltend. Terry Rozier gets credit for the bucket. Raptors bench wants to review it. So they are going to use their challenge here. Got to be sure, because if you lose it, 2 points go on the board anyways. Rodney Mott will do the honors.
The goaltending call is going to be challenged by Toronto.
Hornets trailing 95-89 for the moment. We'll see if those 2 points stand when we return here on 92.7 Sports Radio WFNZ and the Hornets Radio Network.
Where are my basketball fans at? Welcome to Fandom 101. The madness is upon us. When the biggest ballers in the land take the court, we need you loud, proud, and live cheering them on. The NCAA Division I men's basketball first and second rounds, March 21st and 23rd in Charlotte. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVP tickets. Class dismiss.
Hornets fans, be sure to show your love for your favorite NBA team with the latest and greatest gear from the Hornets fan shop at Spectrum Center. Whether you're a fan of the classics or the newest styles or both, you'll be sure to find the perfect fit for you. Stop by the Hornets fan shop at Spectrum Center Wednesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. as well as on game days. And you can also shop anytime from anywhere online at HornetsFanshop.com.
So happy it hurts. Bryan Adams. See him live in concert in Charlotte. Bryan Adams. The So Happy It Hurts Tour. Performing decades of hits. Spectrum Center, Charlotte, March 10th. With special guest, Dave Stewart's Eurythmic Songbook. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com. For more, visit BryanAdams.com.
As proud members of our community, the Charlotte Hornets Foundation is committed to inspire a giving culture in our region. This is Executive Director Betsy Mack Rinke inviting you to learn how you can make an impact. Through our Swarm to Serve initiative, the Charlotte Hornets Foundation focuses on education, hunger, military care, and wellness programs. To learn more about how you can help the Charlotte Hornets Foundation and your fellow neighbor, please visit hornets.com/foundation today.
Buzz City, let's fly.
Smith, catch and shoot three for the wing. Yes, sir. Nick Smith Jr.
I'm Nick Smith Jr., and this is the Charlotte Hornets basketball on the Hornets Radio Network.
Hornets trailing 95-89. The challenge was unsuccessful. It was very quick. NBA started to use the Hawkeye system you see usually at tennis tournaments. That's how they determine if the ball's in or out on the line faster than the human eye. And it said very quickly the ball was on the descent. Goaltend confirmed. Hornets get the bucket. So they're down 6. More importantly, no, not more importantly, somewhat important too, Toronto has lost its challenge, has lost a timeout as well. Back to action. Raptors ball. Scotty Barnes on the right side trying to get downhill. Puts up the shot over Brandon Miller. It's good. Scotty Barnes. Nice finish there. He's up to 16. Lead is back to 8. 97-89. Hornets facing their largest deficit of the day. Terry Rozier around the Richards screen. Pass to the wing. Now to the corner. Brandon Miller. Miller back to Rozier. Rozier replaces Miller on the wing. He'll duck into the lane. Up for the right-handed lay-in. It's good. Terry Rozier now with 22 points. Hornets down 6 in need of a stop. 97-91. Malachi Flynn at the controls for the Raptors. Flynn passes to Barnes. Back to the point guard. Flynn holding. Flynn drives to the free throw line, kicks to the wing. Anunoby muscles inside to the corner. Boucher catapults up a three, rims out, rebounded by Terry Rozier. Terry on the right side. Rozier to P.J. Washington. Head fakes the three to Miller. He'll fire. It's blocked. Comes off the side of the backboard. Recovery for the Raptors. Boucher leaves it. Siaka makes the catch over to Flynn. One dribble. Pull up the three. No. Rebound. Nick Richards. Richards sends it ahead to Terry Rozier. Rozier in transition. No one to throw it to. Gives to the corner. Bryce McGowan's head fake. Got the flyby. Drives in on Flynn. Goes up with the right hand and the foul is called. We'll get Malachi Flynn for the block. His first personal. Bryce McGowan's to the line to shoot two. Bryce, season high this season is 14. He had that in Brooklyn in a narrow road win at the end of November. It was the last road win the Hornets have picked up. Makes the first free throw to make it a 5-point game. Schroeder and Trent are in for the Raptors, replacing Flynn and Boucher. More here for Bryce McGowan's. Free throw up and good. Season high 14 for Bryce McGowan's. Second-year man out of Nebraska. Makes it a 97-93 score. Toronto still on top. Torturous one here for the Hornets. They are sticking with it. Scotty Barnes, left side at the elbow, hands it off to Trent. Trent back to Barnes. Barnes 4 on the shot clock, fakes the handoff. Barnes got to do something. He drives, goes up the lay-in, no, rebound, pull back outside. It's Anunoby with it. Back down low for Barnes. Barnes ball fake goes up through Richards. No, missed it again. Nick Richards tried to poke loose the rebound. Officials are looking at each other. They drop the whistle. No one knows. It's a jump ball. Boy, I hate it when they do that. If the one on the baseline doesn't know, pointing to a second official, okay. But pointing to a third one who's not supposed to be looking at it, you might as well have asked the person in the concession stand. It also drives me nuts that they can't go to the monitor on this. If they legitimately don't know, they don't have a call, then go ahead and look at it. One man's opinion. .445 left in regulation. This will be a big jump. It's any two who were on the floor. Nick Richards is the bigger player. Scotty Barnes, young, bouncy, great athlete. Ball is up, tip is won by Scotty Barnes. Bad break there for the Hornets. Pascal Siakam goes to work at the blocks. Fall away jumper, and they call a foul on P.J. Washington and make it an and one as Siakam sinks the shots. Fifth on Washington. Pascal Siakam has made it a 6-point lead, 21 for Siakam. Used the word earlier, tortuous. That's been the last couple of weeks for the Hornets with all of these injuries. They have fought so hard tonight, but now their backs are against the wall. They're down 7. As the free throw goes for Siakam. 4:38 to play. Terry Rozier driving right side. Spinning, pass Siakam, up, Barnes blocks it off the backboard. Recovery, Raptors, Trent, Schroeder, Anunoby, 3 on the way, no. Rebound, Scotty Barnes missed it, got his own putback, and flushes it. $18 for Scotty Barnes. And the Hornets are looking low on fuel at the moment. Down 102-93 with 4:16 left to play. It would be wonderful to have a few more healthy bodies. The Charlotte Hornets, though, are just simply out of them at this point. 4:16 left in the fourth quarter, which is presented by Guy Roofing, the official roofing contractor of the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets have a season-high 14 points from Bryce McGowan's, 22 from Terry Rozier. Brandon Miller, a rare 0 for night from 3, 0 for 5. He has still found a way to get to double figures with 10. Raptors been able to overcome 17 turnovers tonight to slide into a healthy lead. Outscored the Hornets here in the fourth quarter, 23-12. Fourth quarter shooting much stronger for the Raptors. They are 9 for 20, that's 45%. Charlotte is just 5 for 13, which is in the neighborhood percentage-wise, but clearly the volume has come way, way down. All the putback opportunities for Toronto. Hornets ball out of the break, 4:14 left to play. Still the starters out there, but several normal starters clearly unavailable for the Hornets. Gallants, Richards, Washington out there. We got a foul on Toronto. Gary Trent Jr. over-aggressive, caught the arm of P.J. Washington. He's trying to make a pass. Trent's first personal, second team foul. Gowans inbounds to Terry Rozier. Rozier around the Richards screen. In and out dribble. Pulls up with a right hand. No, got his own rebound. Head fake on the baseline. He'll drift to the wing. Rozier holding against Schroeder. Gives to Brandon Miller. Miller going baseline. Up with the right hand. Contact, no call. Siakam the rebound. Siakam full head of steam. Euro steps up. No, missed the shot. Rebound Siakam. Put back good. Counted in a foul. Hornets hollering that the same call did not come on the opposite end. And another and one opportunity for Siakam. Now has 24 points. Toronto has shot, after this one, will have shot 22 free throws to the Hornets 11 tonight. Siakam hits it. 25 for Pascal Siakam. Hornets are down a dozen, running out of time here in Toronto. Another excellent effort, but you don't get anything in the win column for that. P.J. Washington will drive. P.J. Euros, kicks it off. Nick Richards up with the left hand. Good. Nick Richards now with a double-double. 10 points to go with 10 rebounds. 3:13 left to play. 105-95. Raptors with the lead. Schroeder around the screen from Siakam. Schroeder out to Trent. Back to Schroeder. High post feed. Siakam one-on-one with Rozier. Siakam shoulders up. Pulls up on the jumper. It's good. 27 for Siakam. And it's a delay of game call on Toronto. It's a warning at the moment. Brandon Miller will bring it up the floor. Hornets down 12. Miller around the screen from Richards. Miller into the lane, goes up, blocked by OG Anunoby, but a foul this time. Anunoby got him with the leg. Third personal. Free throws coming for Brandon Miller. So Miller will shoot 2. As I mentioned before, Nick Richards, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Good news, Hornets fans, with Richards' double-double. Hornets fans can double their pizza at Bricks Wood-Fired Pizza and Craft Bar tomorrow. Just download the Bricks app. You'll get the buy one, get one free pizza deal tomorrow, valid at participating Bricks locations in North and South Carolina. Visit brickspizza.com/Hornets for full promotional details. That's the Bricks double-double deal for pizza. First free throw good for Brandon Miller. Got them both. 10-point ball game. 107-97. Two struggling teams toe-to-toe. The Raptors with all of their normal pieces. Charlotte, all kinds of absences. Scotty Barnes gets the feed from Siakam and slams it home. Scotty Barnes with a 20-point performance. Terry Rozier uses a screen from Nick Richards. He's on the left side against Scotty Barnes. Pass to Brandon Miller. Miller will cut, spin, up with a right hand, and it nestles in for 2. Brandon Miller now with 14 points. 10 of them have come here in the second half. Charlotte's running out of time. We're approaching 2 minutes to play. And the Raptors lead by 10. Schroeder to Siakam. Siakam kicks it out. Trent for 3. Yes. 22 for Gary Trent Jr. He's made 4 threes, 3 of them here in the second half. Charlotte needs an answer. P.J. Washington, step back 3 off the back iron. Rebounded by Gary Trent Jr. Scotty Barnes being told to slow it down by the coaches on the sideline. We're under 90 seconds now here in the fourth quarter. Barnes backs his way into Rozier, draws the double, throws for Schroeder. It's into the backcourt. Schroeder doesn't have to touch it. He will finally, and there's a minute 18 left after the turnover. It'll be Hornets basketball. 1:18, that's all that's left here in the fourth quarter tonight. Presented by Guy Roofing, the official roofing contractor of the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets have gone a bit cold from 3. They're just low on options right now. Terry Rozier will inbound. Someone's got to flash the ball. Rozier lobs it in. PJ makes the catch, hands it back to Rozier. Rozier splits a double team into the lane, kicks it out. Washington back to Rozier. Terry, step back 3, in and out, rebounded by Siakam. And there's a minute 5 left. The Hornets, unfortunately, too cold here in Canada. Schroeder, right side to Siakam, surrounded. Bounce pass back to Schroeder. Schroeder wiggles around the defender to the corner. Trent for 3. No. Rebound tapped up and in by Scotty Barnes. 22 points, 17 rebound effort for Scotty Barnes. 43 seconds left. Terry Rozier, left side to Brandon Miller. Miller attacking Siakam, up with a right hand, rims out. Siakam another rebound. It's his 8th of the game. Terry Rozier will shadow Siakam. Siakam's just going to pull the clock down. We're under 20 seconds left. A hard-earned win for Toronto. A hard-fought game for Charlotte. They almost engineered an incredible shorthanded comeback win. Not even comeback, engineered a wire-to-wire win. But just not enough for the Hornets, who went all the way to the end of their bench. Terry Rozier will dribble out the clock, and the Hornets will take a 114-99 loss tonight, settling for the silver linings in a hard-fought game. But that, unfortunately, will not stop the slide. The Hornets have lost 5 in a row and are now 7-18, and will hope for more bodies, more backups come Wednesday when they face off against the Indiana Pacers at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Again, we always invite you to tune in and watch on Bally Sports Southeast, The great Eric Collins, Dale Curry, and Ashley Shamity on the call. And of course, if you can't catch them there, you can always catch them right here on your home for Hornets basketball, 92.7 Sports Radio WFNZ and the Hornets Radio Network. Final score, Raptors 114, Hornets 99. We've got a full slate here post-game. Tuned in on our flagship station, 92.7 Sports Radio WFNZ. Stick around for the long haul. Will Palachik will have extended post-game coverage. But coming up next, Rob Longo is standing by in our Hornets Radio Network studios, and he will tip off our post-game coverage next. Final from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. The Raptors 114, your Hornets 99. Raptors are 11-15 now. Charlotte 7-18. Post-game show is next on the Hornets Radio Network.
We know there's only one team you want to watch, and Bally Sports is the place to get your Hornets. Experience the comebacks, the buzzer beaters, yes! The can't-miss moments. Live, Bally Sports keeps the buzz going before and after the game, too, with Ashley, Terrence, Eric, and Dell on Hornets Live. Watch Hornets basketball all season long on Bally Sports and streaming on the Bally Sports app. Bally Sports, home of the only team you want to watch.
WWE's Friday Night SmackDown comes to Charlotte Spectrum Center Friday, February 9th, and all your WWE SmackDown superstars are there. Kevin Owens, LA Knight, The Queen, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Bobby Lashley, Street Profits, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and so much more. Friday Night SmackDown, February 9th at Charlotte Spectrum Center. Tickets start at $20 and are available now at Ticketmaster.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream. Get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, including advanced Wi-Fi, and one unlimited mobile line free for 12 months. And when you add Spectrum TV, get a Xumo Stream Box free for 12 months. Spectrum One Stream. It's streaming simplified. Visit Spectrum.com for details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Buzz City, it's time to bring the Hive alive once again. Tickets are now on sale for all home games this season, as well as select season ticket packages for the 2023-2024 season. Be here when your Hornets finally return home on Saturday, December 23rd to take on Nikola Jokic and the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets. Tip time for this holiday hoopla showdown presented by Lowe's Home Improvement is set for 7 p.m. Secure your seats now at Hornets.com or through the Hornets mobile app.
Welcome to the Hornets Radio Network post-game show. Highlights, stats, and much more is on the way. Live from our network studios, here's Rob Longo.
Well, the Hornets run out of gas tonight north of the border in Toronto. Led this one at halftime and saw it slip away. Got outscored 66-47 in the second half, and they fall 114-99 in Toronto tonight. Fifth consecutive loss for the Hornets. 7-18 is Charlotte's record now on the season. Leading the Hornets with a team-high 22 points, it was Terry Rozier.
Terry Rozier into the lane with a high right-handed lane. It's good for two. Terry Rozier is absolutely on fire to start. He's got 9 points, 4 of 6 shooting. He's knocked down a 3. He's also added in 3 steals.
Terry got going early. He had 13 points at the break, finishes with 22, but hampered with some foul trouble there, especially early on in the third quarter. Picked up his 4th foul at the 7:10 mark of the third frame, and Toronto able to rip off a 22-17 run with the last 7 minutes or so in the third quarter before Terry came back to really put things out of the edge. Terry was just a little bit out of sync after that. 9 of 20 from the field, 2 for 8 beyond the arc, 2 for 2 at the free throw line this evening. He also had 3 rebounds and 7 assists. Your play of the game, it was PJ Washington giveth, and then he tooketh away here early on in the second quarter.
Pass by Washington, looking for Rozier, stolen away by Anunoby. He sends up the floor, it's stolen right back by PJ. Washington squares from the three-point line, it's good. PJ Washington drilling another Lowe's three-point shot, his second of the quarter.
PJ got a little cold there in that second half as well. In the first half, he had 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. Thought he might have been on triple-double watch. He finishes with 15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals as well in the game tonight. Those were the sounds of the game presented by Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose, and Throat Associates, Senta, the official eye, ear, nose, and throat care provider of your Charlotte Hornets. Once again, your final score tonight, Charlotte falls in Toronto 114-99. And here's Sam Farber for more on the box score.
All right, Rob Longo, this is a tough one. It's frustrating. Charlotte has had a tenuous hold on having enough players available to actually compete in an NBA game. as of late, and things got even more difficult here tonight with an even more shorthanded roster than normal. We've unfortunately grown somewhat accustomed over the last couple weeks to having to see the Hornets play without Mark Williams, LaMelo Ball, Cody Martin, and Frank Ntilikina. Gordon Hayward has come down with a virus in recent days. We're hopeful that the team will be able to get his services back. And then Miles Bridges and Nathan Mensah absent tonight for personal reasons. Hopefully they will be able to return in short order. The Hornets bench did a great job in the first half of stemming the tide and giving the team a chance at a win, but just not enough to end up with a victory here in this one. In the first half, you could see that the bench was competing. They were still a minus in the plus-minus, the combination of Ish Smith, Nick Smith Jr., and Leaky Black, but it was close. It was within a couple of possessions. In the second half, that slid even more favorably to Toronto, and the Hornets just unable to overcome it. A couple of things that stand out. You heard Rob Longo mention Terry Rozier, 22 points on the night. He also added in 7 assists. Career double-double, number 17 for Nick Richards. It was his third this season, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Season high, 14 points for Bryce McGowan's career high, 4 rebounds for Leaky Black. 5 Hornet starters, all of them in double figures. Nick Richards with 10, 14 for Brandon Miller and Bryce McGowan's, 15 for P.J. Washington, and the 22 for Terry Rozier. Brandon Miller, a real solid veteran performance. You know, sometimes a guy who's a shooter really struggles to find answers when their shot's not falling from distance. Brandon's wasn't tonight. He was 0 for 5 from 3. First time out of his last 12 games. He had a 12-game streak, I should say, coming into tonight of making a 3 in every contest, 10 in a row with multiple made 3s. He still found a way to get to double figures and still found a way to play within striking distance of even basketball in the plus-minus. Really applaud his effort and the whole starters, really the whole team's effort. Just very, very difficult circumstances, and the Hornets are now down to 11 games below 500 at 7-18. It is a tenuous position to be sure. We said it going into this contest. The Hornets, I believe, are still in that group that's within striking distance of the 10 spot, but you could argue that they've slipped to a new pack that's in front of the basement cellar dwellers, Detroit and Washington, who are just absolutely abysmal right now, but not quite within striking distance of the Torontos, Atlantas, and Chicagos, who are currently all within a game of each other for 10th. So that's a difficult place to be, but I think that's where the Hornets are residing right now. A new group is forming. If you're a fan of cycling, they've lost the peloton at the moment. And we'll see if the Hornets can gain traction once again when they pick up the rock once more later on this week. And for more on the upcoming matchup, let's go back to the Hornets Radio Network studios and Rob Longo.
Yeah, Charlotte heads back stateside to face the Pacers in Indiana on Wednesday night.
Halliburton to his right, one-on-one with LaMelo. LaMelo Ball on defense, 5 seconds, 4, Halliburton trips over the ball. He's at the logo. LaMelo pokes it in the backcourt. That's it! LaMelo with the defensive stop to seal victory for Buzz City.
It was a thriller the last time the Hornets were in the capital of Indiana as LaMelo Ball stopped Tyrese Halliburton in the waning moments to secure a 125-124 win for Buzz City. Melo had 11 points and 11 rebounds for a double-double, but it was Mark Williams that went for a team-high 27 points. Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier were both north of 20 in the scoring column as well. Tyrese Halliburton led the Pacers on the other side with 43 points off 8 of 12 shooting from beyond the arc, and he also had 12 assists. 43 points, by the way, were one off a career high. Meanwhile, Indiana went on a massive run in the in-season tournament before falling to the Lakers in the title game, but since that game doesn't technically count towards regular seasons, in fact, it doesn't count towards regular season standings, the Pacers had a 4-game winning streak, but Indiana has gone cold as of late, dropping 4 straight games before heading into tonight's game at home against the Clippers. Halliburton was questionable to begin the day after missing Indiana's last game with a knee bruise, and tonight he did play, but he had just 8 points, 3 of 12 shooting, 1 for 5 beyond the arc. Did facilitate, though, 11 assists as the Pacers lost 151 to 127. James Harden had 8 for 11 from beyond the arc for 35 points from beyond the arc for the Clippers. Indiana shot 52% from the field and lost in the game as Benedict Mathurin had 34 points off the bench to lead all scorers for Indiana. We'll tip things off at 7 on the Hornets Radio Network on Wednesday. Pregame coverage beginning at 6 on the flagship station, Sports Radio WFNZ. Charlotte will have 2 days off after that, as they will hold the final home game of 2023 on Saturday here at the Hive against the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets. Be sure to get your tickets at Hornets.com for that one. Before we head it back to Sam Farber to wrap things up, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Hornets Radio Network.
This is WFNZ FM Harrisburg and WLNK HD3 Charlotte.
The exclusive home of the Charlotte Hornets.
Once again, your final score tonight, Charlotte falls in Toronto 114-99. And Sam, all we can do is hope that the injury report is better for Wednesday.
Shorter would be nice. Look, the reports I hear is that we could be not too far away from having maybe not a clean injury report, but a lot more regulars available. Certainly not having to play multiple two-way contract guys simultaneously to try and survive ball games. So hopefully that day is in the not-too-distant future. I think you have to applaud Charlotte's reserves for a great game, a great fight. But a full-strength Raptors team was able to overcome the Hornets on their own home floor despite the Hornets' effort. We will hope for better tomorrows. Rob Longo, great job as always in the Hornets Radio Network studios. Thanks as well to our courtside engineer, Curtis Papetti, for a great job here in Toronto. Curtis, we're back here again, I believe in 2024. I haven't looked it up. I'll be honest. We'll be back here in 2024. Hopefully have a great new year. We'll see you when we come back around again here north of the border. Most of all, I want to say thank you to all of you for tuning in. If you haven't had enough Hornets basketball, and I know you haven't yet, stick around. More to come if you're tuned in on our flagship station, 92.7 Sports Radio, WFNZ. Will Pelagic is standing by with extended post-game coverage. For now, for everyone here, I'm Sam Farber saying it's been a pleasure and a privilege having you along. The Charlotte Hornets have to settle for silver linings once again. Shorthanded Charlotte has dropped its fifth in a row. They're now 7-18 after a 114-99 loss north of the border here in Toronto. And you heard it all right here on 92.7 Sports Radio, WFNZ, and the Hornets Radio Network.
Charlotte Hornets basketball has been brought to you by Novad Health, the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Hornets.
LaMelo Ball, screen to his right. He'll use it, fires for three. LaMelo answers, rip the net cord.
Also brought to you by Spectrum.
Drives into the lane, up with the right hand, the floater, no, the tip slam by Mark Williams. Phenomenal from the Phenom.
Post-game coverage continues in moments on Sports Radio WFNZ. This has been an exclusive presentation of the Hornets Radio Network.
Thank you for listening to a special presentation
on Sports Radio FNZ Charlotte.
Sports Radio FNZ Charlotte.
A Radio 1 station.
A Radio 1 station. You're listening to Charlotte Hornets basketball on Sports Radio 92.7 WFNZ.
It's showtime. Ball, two-handed jam. Throws it down with two hands. My goodness.
Now for the wrap-up from tonight's game, here's your host, Will Pelagic.
Whether it be luck, misfortune, the tales of the NBA schedule, Hornets have failed to get breaks that they could absolutely need to turn this thing around, and it came with a valiant effort alongside of it tonight. The Hornets, for three quarters, looked like they were the better team on the basketball floor, despite all those losses when it came to no Gordon Hayward, no LaMelo Ball, no Miles Bridges tonight, no Nathan Mensah off the bench as well available. So when it came to the bigs that were off the bench, really your only option was, JT Thor and Leaky Black. Those were you two guys at least man the front line, if you will, in a makeshift scenario. Ish Smith and Nick Smith Jr., the only other available bench players for the Hornets, and James Bouknight was also available, but he did not play, and the Hornets really had themselves very much behind the eight ball. They played valiantly, but they lose 114-99, a 15-point loss at Toronto, as the Raptors avenged the 3-point loss back in Uptown, and even the season series at one game apiece between these two squads. Let's go back up north of the border to Sam Farber. And Sam, this one's tough because I felt like, again, the players who we saw play tonight showed maximum effort. It just didn't have enough, not only gas in the tank, but bodies to be able to make things happen tonight against the Raptors.
Yeah, no question about it. I thought the Hornets fought valiantly in this one. They gave themselves a chance. I thought the first quarter was really going to be key. Philadelphia had a huge edge the other day, not just because they were completely healthy and the Hornets were anything but they had such a huge margin at the end of 12 minutes that it really took a lot of the fight, understandably, out of the Hornets. This time around, I thought Charlotte started really strong. The bench was able to, keep things pretty close, all things considered. And then when they got to the second half, the real turning point, I thought, was when Terry Rozier picked up his fourth foul. I think at that point, the Hornets had to dig deeper into the bench for longer minutes. I understand why. I don't have any qualms with it. You have to protect Terry Rozier from more fouls, because if he picks up a fifth, you're really in a tough spot. I mean, I don't know when you can put him back out on the floor. He played the entire fourth quarter because you were able to protect him, and it gave you a chance. But Charlotte's advantage went from 2 to 3 possessions to basically in a dogfight there, almost down to start the fourth quarter, and it was just it slipped away too much. Unfortunately, Charlotte didn't really have any other choices, and so here we are. But this is the same story we continue to talk about for many teams across the NBA who are in a similar neighborhood as the Hornets. Maybe there's a couple of injuries, like Chicago. They're playing without Zach LaVine for an extended period of time. That certainly hurts them. Cleveland, no Darius Garland, no Evan Mobley. That is a bit of an issue for them. Indiana, Tyrese Halliburton's had a little hiccup here as of late, but for the most part, they've been a very healthy team. Miles Turner has also missed this last game here tonight. But no one has dealt with as many injuries as the Hornets. And on the negative side, it's put them in a terrible position in terms of the standings, in terms of the kind of mountain they're going to have to climb. But on the positive side, we don't know how good they are, which means they could be really good enough to make up an 11-game gap between themselves and 500.
They were also good enough tonight to get 13 of 13 from the free throw line. That's the fourth time this year they've been perfect from the charity stripe. It's only happened 11 times in franchise history, Sam, and you think about the way that they've at least done this throughout this season. Getting to the free throw line has been something I think there's been a struggle point, but when they've gotten there, they've made their shots when it counts.
Yeah, they've been much improved from the line, and to their credit, it was an issue earlier in the season. Hornets have addressed it clearly. They're shooting now, I think, 80% from the free throw line on the season. That's solidly in the top 10 in the NBA. They're a pretty good three-point shooting team tonight. Tough one. You're missing a lot of guys, a lot of floor spacers, a lot of people that attract attention and give you more catch-and-shoot opportunities. So that makes it tough. But overall, skill-wise, this is a good team. And in terms of depth, I mean, no one can handle this. Nobody. I mean, I can give you a laundry list of squads that have had championship aspirations and championship talent, but they have been so hamstrung by injuries, there's no way out. The Lakers won a title in the bubble, and then Anthony Davis and LeBron James went out. They had no chance. The reigning champions, Denver, there was talks about, is that group ever going to win it? Or, do they need to reset things? Because Jamal Murray was out multiple seasons. He came back, and lo and behold, it's championship team. So I'm not saying this Hornets group together here, as currently constituted, is going to win a title. But I think the calls from some people out there that, it's time to reset things, you don't know what you've got yet. And injuries are frustrating, but they're not forever, hopefully. And the Hornets, I think, are due for a run of good luck here in the not-too-distant future.
We will basically give an opportunity to go back south of the border and a chance for not only you to clean the sinuses at St. Elmo's, but hopefully get the losing out of the system and get a chance to beat an Indiana team who the Hornets